Hey.
Put your clothes on, Felipe.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'll be right back. I'll be
Loki
feeling
is still loading.
Felipe's hiding his half dome.
Yeah.
How did you do Loki? How did you do that? Is that an emoji that makes a buffering?
What's up, Kevin? Looks like it.
Hey, what's up, Kevin? Oh, Kevin's here.
So
Kevin
I said
hooked me
hello,
up.
and Mike didn't say
Kevin
shit.
hooked
But
me
his
up.
friend shows up, and he goes crazy.
Okay, Mike, start showing. I know you want to show something. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, me?
Wait. Show us.
Oh, me.
Can you show us what you just blew out of your nose? That would be cool.
Gross.
Sorry about that.
What was the best record of all time this week?
I have a
This week?
tale to tell through records.
Tail to
And
tail?
I'm
Is
just
it a
looking up
whale of a
dates. I
tail?
just want to look at the years real quick.
Do we need a trombone sound effect when you tell it?
Look at the year. I got a year here. That's the only year I have today. Okay, that's it. That's a year.
You say we need
Okay.
a sound effect, bro?
That's a year. Okay.
How's that?
You know, you can never have
I have
enough.
some-
pictures.
I have some great records to show.
I'm gonna beat you. I'll beat you.
I
Can
don't
you
think
guys
so.
hear my
It's not a
dogs
competition,
chewing on
man.
bones? I may need to move
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
I thought that was Felipe.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, let me
It's not a big problem. That's fine.
It is.
move
Is it?
them.
No, I got some serious
Oh my gosh.
serious heat for the
You talking
collection.
about the CTI records?
These are they are focused on timeless. So this is a set I'm pretty excited to complete.
There went Felipe. So you just said timeless.
No. Well, anyway, so here's a question. Timeless records. You guys know timeless records.
Yes.
Okay. You know what I'm about to show, but I want to see if you guys can predict it. It's the only series of 4 records in the timeless catalog. Do you know what series it is?
No, never even thought about it.
It's Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper.
No. I'm pretty sure a lot. Like Rob, I think you have one of them.
Okay.
All right. Let me get into it.
It's you guys. It's the Eastern Rebellion. Come on.
So
there you go. All right, let me show you what I did.
Very nice.
Let me
No,
show
I'm
you what I did
actually
here.
interested. I'm actually interested now.
Do I win that tissue you have? I can
Yes.
sell it on eBay.
Okay. All right. So I've been getting into timeless records. Timeless records are based out of the Netherlands. So all this stuff, not all of it, it's either in New York or Holland recordings. This is a New York recording from '76, Eastern Rebellion, and this is a Cedar Walton. It's really a Cedar Walton led record, but it's him with George Coleman, Sam Jones, and Billy Higgins, so a quartet. And this is the first time that they record Bolivia, which is a pretty famous standard. Carson Cardello actually does Bolivia on his new record. It's one of the tracks, but this is, I think, the first recording of it. And it kind of sounds like, it's got like a vibe of like Girl from Ipanema. Like that is, honestly, whenever I hear the melody, I think of that. So I don't know what that's about, but so this one is kind of like a pretty famous one. It's one of the more expensive titles on Timeless, but not that expensive. Definitely. I paid $41.46 for it. So
Show your address again.
Also on Timeless.
pull out your calculators. That's
No, that was too quick.
Was that the tax?
No, okay, hold on.
People can pause.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. So this has George Coleman on it, and it's timeless.
Yeah.
So I pulled out this. So I was listening to George Coleman on this, and this is also a timeless record. This was recorded in New York.
You've shown each of those 5 times on this track.
This is Hilton Ruiz is on piano, and he's got a style that's like I think McCoy Tyner is who I think he sounds most like, and he's also featured on this Chico Freeman. So I pulled this out to see how he sounded on this. This is a great record on contemporary.
I actually think that's my favorite Chico Freeman, but
yeah, I have one of his I have a Hilton Ruiz. I have one of his lead records where he.
Yeah. This is a great record.
Ruiz,
really good. It's on contemporary.
Ruiz, Tomatoes.
Is that an orange
one?
label?
You live in LA. You can do
Okay, so next up is Eastern Rebellion 2. Now, 1 and 2 have been
God.
reissued. Okay.
So, it's
So this
Rebellion
one is
too,
the
though.
same group. It's Cedar Walton. Oh no, this says
No, it doesn't have
Bob
George
Berg.
Coleman.
Isn't Ricardo
so Bob
Montalban
Berg,
on that
so
one?
Bob Berg, tenor sax player on this, and he's really good too. He has a pretty wide range, and well, it's a range of styles, but like I don't know, like his tone, I think is it varies like based on the track and also the album. So I have Bob Berg on this, and Bob Berg also plays on this other label, Steeplechase, yeah.
Who told you to buy that record? Who told you to buy that record?
But so Bob Berg's playing tenor on this. This is a really great record, and yeah. So you have Billy Hart on drums, Rufus Reed on bass, and then Joanne Barkeen is also on this.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
I think that's one of the records we got 10 copies sold off of Discogs when they showed it.
Yeah.
and then on Timeless, you have Joanne Barkeen. So I was listening to this too.
Yeah, I have that
Follow
one.
the thread. This was really fun to like dive into all these like Dutch labels. So yeah, so Joanne Barkeen, this is a duet. Aft. I think Rob, you also recommended this. I think you recommended like all these records basically.
No, can you grab the grasshopper out of my hand, Mike?
All right, and
Now,
then
why is there 3 people if it's a duet?
now here comes the stuff that I haven't seen anybody show just yet. But this is
No,
Eastern
I've never
Rebellion
seen
3.
that. I've never seen that one.
I had to
What's
import this from Serbia. It came really quick, less than a week after it shipped. No problems.
I don't think, Ralph Macchio's not on that one, right?
Who's on
Cedar
this one?
Walton, Curtis
I
Fuller,
think
Bob
Leonard
Berg.
Nimoy directed that one.
Is it as good as The Godfather Part 3?
No.
No, this is actually my favorite one. I think this is my favorite Eastern Rebellion. This is really good. But they're all good. I mean, all of them are good.
Does that have the Power of Love 3?
Yeah,
and
Peter Cetera sings like with his hands stuck to his body.
And then the fourth one,
What?
I didn't know there was
Eastern
a
Rebellion
fourth
4.
one.
So this one came out in 1984. Number 3 came out in 1980. Number 2 was 1977, and the first one was 76.
That's the one with Hilary Swank.
Do the suns look smaller from cover to cover?
Yeah, hold on. I'll show them all.
Yeah, they really went all out on the graphics on that one.
All right, hold on.
By the time you get to number 5, it's actually Western Rebellion.
Okay.
They should use Greek numerals.
So these are the 4.
Dude.
Okay, and these are not like crazy expensive. Although I had to get 2 and 4 came from Italy, 3 came from Serbia, and then 1 I got from the US. I think I can't remember. I got that one really early. So, but yeah, so the covers of 1 and 2 are the same, very similar here. I mean, this was just a year difference, 76 and 77, and then you can see the Timeless logo goes up here, and things shrink a little bit, and then 4, it's the same. So,
Were those reissued on Muse or Intercity or whatever?
Muse definitely reissued. Timeless Muse reissued Eastern Rebellion 1 and 2 definitely, and I don't know if they did the others.
No, I don't know if they did 3 or 4.
And they have different covers. The US Timeless Muse they don't have the same cover.
Boy, I thought I was nerdy having 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Anyway,
do those come with flavor packets in them?
What they did come with, I think it's in here.
Is there a George Coleman sticker in there?
Yeah, check this out. Oh no, I already showed this. Never mind. It's something else. I'll show it later.
It does. 3 and 4 can't be easy to find, right?
No, they're not.
I've never seen them, to be honest.
Well, I had to import them from Italy and Serbia. But it wasn't crazy expensive.
Have you looked at the tracks? Are you sure 3 and 4 aren't just 1 and 2?
I think some guy's messing with you. He just printed them in his basement.
What's up, Louis?
How do they sound? How are the sound comparable?
They're fantastic. They're fantastic records. Everything about them is good. The music's great. They're great. It's a great set. And like I said, they're like obvious. Oh, and also Cedar Walton has records on Timeless. I haven't picked them up, but he has like 2 or 3 records on Timeless. So this whole group, like they played together. They played on this label and other labels together. So it's like a tight group, and they're all really good. I was listening to like the bass solos of Sam. Who is it?
Sam Jones. How do you not know that?
Sam Jones. Sorry.
Come on.
And Sam Jones just has like a real confidence in his playing that is spectacular. I love listening to his stuff, and his later stuff is great.
It's coming out, Roberto. Now that Mike did all this bullshit, there's going to be a box that comes out.
He's Rebellion box set.
Yeah, definitely.
So they've reissued 1 and 2, right, Rob?
Yeah. Because Light in the Attic, didn't they do?
Yeah, I got number 1 Light in the Attic for like $15 last month.
Yeah. Roberto, can you change your middle name to Box Set? Because that's all you ever talk about.
That is true.
Yeah.
Roberto can talk about whatever he wants.
So yeah, Roberto should have like a celebrity deathmatch with Mazzy, right?
Yeah.
Box against no box.
Well, they've both given us donations before, so I mean, I don't know.
So Loki gave a donation, Chris, and he's requesting you. So I think we should. I think Chris, you have some of his stuff to talk about him before. I think Cripple Creek is asking about Kai Winding.
I just got very confused. You said Loki made a donation, and then you started talking about something else.
And then Loki is complaining about he wants you to address him. So please address Loki. And Cripple Creek has a question. I don't know anything about jazz. Is the incredible Kai Winding considered a good album? And you have a few of them.
Yeah, all this stuff is good.
No,
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Kai and JJ, come on.
That's not the question.
There is one good one. They reissued it for Record Store Day like 3 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
With Herbie Hancock's on it. It's one of those A&M. I don't know if Creed. It's a CTI record.
So here's the thing: most of the Kai Winding stuff by himself is okay. When he's doing it with JJ Johnson, it's good though. But he's got a lot of really bad records. I mean, I've got 3 or 4 Kai Winding records that are just terrible.
He has an
the one Kai Winding where he does like 2, like the one on Impulse. He has one where he works with different people that's really good.
Is that the incredible Kai Winding? If that's one he's asking about, that one might be good.
I think it's that. I think that. Yeah, I think that's it.
Hey, Jonathan, can you highlight? I can do that too. Here, there you go. Yeah, that's the record I'm talking about. That's a good record.
Oh, that's a CTI. That's a CTI.
It's a CTI.
Trombone, yeah.
That one's more funky.
There's Trombone too. There's Trombone 1 and 2.
This is the one you're thinking of, Brandon.
Yeah, that's the one that's really good.
Yeah.
And as someone who didn't like trombone for a long time and was finally converted.
He gave you a tromboner?
He gave me a tromboner.
Yeah, I mean, but the stuff he did with JJ was what I would recommend if you're going to get some trombone records.
Also, just check out Curtis Fuller too.
Absolutely.
His Savoy stuff is with like jazz set stuff is fantastic.
Yeah, you have that too for handy, Mike.
Gretchen Encore.
No, it's out.
Gretchen Encore is my favorite.
Yeah, it's out.
And Benny Green.
Roswell Rudd.
Benny Green.
And let's not forget, whoever read about Dexter Gordon, he always mentions that he played with Melba Linston, who was probably the first great innovator in trombone. And that's,
who plays? There is a guy who plays a whamajiggy trombone. Valve trombone.
Valve? Well, that's so. I suspect a few of them play it.
But who's the guy who plays
Curtis Fuller on Savoy on Imagination and on Imagination in particular, he plays it, and it's so like his solos. They sound incredible.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any trombone shorty records?
I do not.
He's touring actually.
I always see him.
Yeah, he's touring.
Who else plays trombone?
I don't know.
What's his name? Jimmy
Brookmeyer. Brookmeyer.
Yeah, Brooke. Yeah. But he plays piano too. Jimmy.
Julian Priester.
Naper.
Oh yeah,
Julian Priester.
Yeah.
And he has a pretty long career, Priester. He's on like ECM records, and he's on like early Riverside records.
Yeah, he has a really good Riverside record.
Kidding.
What's up?
He actually pops up on stuff like where you don't expect him. Like he's on some free jazz stuff, and
yeah.
Well, I heard an interesting record today. So my wife got Sirius XM or whatever like a month ago. Finally, and there's a jazz channel on there, and I've been listening to it when we're riding in the car and stuff. And there was a what was it? Let me think. Shit, it is a album with I can't remember. I'll think about it in a minute. I think I added it to my want list. Let me see if I can find it. I want to know if y'all had it or not. I think it's JJ Johnson. It's like a kind of a almost a fusion-y sounding record. And Ron Carter's on. And he plays like electric bass. And shit, who was the other guy who was on there?
I showed one not that long ago that's pretty good. That came out on.
Well, JJ Johnson, it's not really fusion, but he has proof positive, which is pretty kind of cool.
I think it's called Pinnacle, maybe.
What's that? Impulse.
Let me see. Pinnacles. Have y'all seen that? Have y'all heard of this record?
Can you show it, Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna show it. Yeah, hang on. Share screen. Present.
Yeah, I just want everyone to understand I didn't make a rusty trombone joke. Just putting it out there.
You just did.
I know. Thank you. I showed that record. I have it.
Okay. Yeah, I like this record. I listened to a couple times.
Oh yeah, that's
Chris,
on Milestone.
Yeah. If I see it again, you want me to grab it? Because I've
seen it for sure.
It's like a $10. It's like $10.
Yeah. Show who's on it because it's a good lineup of people.
So it's JJ, Ron Carter on bass, but he plays electric bass on this, which is rare. Billy Higgins, Tommy Flanagan, and he plays like electric keyboards, which is interesting. And is that it? And then Joe Henderson's on it. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oscar Bashir on trumpet. So yeah, it's really cool record.
Yeah,
it's like cheap on Milestone. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, there's another Joe Henderson cheap on Milestone.
Yeah, exactly. Well, wait, we showed this record last weekend.
Yeah.
Oops. Anyway, yeah, it's cheap. $10. So yeah, I want to get a copy of that.
All right. I'll keep my eye out.
I bet you that one's gonna sell this week.
Maybe.
Hey, I have a stack. Do you want me to start showing my stack?
No, because Illimax wants you to, and it makes me mad. So no.
Okay.
Hold on. Is JJ on any other milestone stuff?
Probably.
I don't know.
So.
I only know that one.
Doesn't look like it. Anyway.
All right, let's go.
All right, Rob's jonesing.
Oh, Waldron.
Let's see. All right, so first of all, just for the scorecard, I showed that ridiculous, awesome series, right? And all the records there.
But you didn't even know who the name of the bass player was, so like it's kind of null and void.
And I have no sequels. No sequels in the stack.
That's true.
So I found this sealed. This is he put out 1 million solo albums. This is him on Steinway. This is a US put out record of I think it came out originally in Japan.
Yeah, I have the Japan.
Does anyone have any Paula records?
I do, but I don't know if I still do. I have.
But, I don't know. They're not known for jazz, but on the bottom here they have an art ensemble, Chicago. This was a record I see all the time. This interpretation of Superfly, and then James Moody. But this is good.
Yeah,
it's recordings of him in Paris. Solo recording.
Is that the first label that put it out?
No. This is a US issue. It came out
73, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
I have the original. I can.
Yeah.
Except I'm gonna have to move a bunch of stuff to get to W.
This is probably a cheap weight company. I opened it sealed, and the record had hazing on it already, but it's fine.
Yeah, the original isn't that. I think that you can get the original for $15 to $20 too.
Okay. Next is a record I could not. It's not on Discogs. The only way someone posted it on an Instagram post like a year ago, and it's a Japanese comp of Monk. There's a different record called The Thelonious Monk Story. Has nothing to do with this, but this sounds excellent. It's an OG
CBS
60s of Japanese. It's Japanese. So I don't know if anyone else has this, but it's not on Discogs, and I'm too lazy to list it, but it's really good. Nice comp. Sounds great. All right. Next is I picked up a OG stereo of this.
Okay.
Excellent.
I just got that.
Yeah. It's really good. You have a stereo, right?
Yes, mine's a stereo, and I think it's got that orange and green label or red and green label. Yeah, mine's a little later. I think it's like a third pressing.
Yeah. And this is excellent. He's very monk-like, and my friend's record company put out a ton of the unreleased Atlantic record he did. It's really good. So there you go.
Nice.
I sold off a white label promo and regretted it, so I found a copy of this, and this is a great lineup. It's Cedar Walton and Woody Shaw.
Cool.
It's Carter Jefferson, Mickey Bass, Tony Walters, Michael Howell, and Steve Turley on trombone.
Yeah,
Steve Turley.
Oh yeah.
I would say of all the like later Blakey that I picked up, that one was by far my favorite.
I basically feels like he's doing it mostly with like Woody Shaw's guys, which Dexter Gordon did that record with Woody Shaw's guys. That
Well,
live.
he also Blakey did another record. It was his like Muslim name. I forget the name of it, but it's on Prestige, and Woody Shaw's on that too. It's called
Woody Shaw and Cedar Walton are pushing him on this. This is more seems like different territory for Art Blakey. It's like
it's like he's like, I'm just playing drums, man. I'm not the leader. I'm letting these guys go.
Yeah, this is like years beyond his stuff, I feel. So
this was the record I was talking about. Woody Shaw's on this too.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's Lahaina?
Yeah.
That record's really good too, actually.
Yeah, and this is Prestige. It's on Prestige as well.
Yeah, I have this one.
And it's like what, 72 or something like that?
This says 73, and then I just want to see who the lineup is.
That's a really good record too.
I know it's it's like a $60 record. It's not a cheap record.
There's a lot of gray markets of that record, I see.
So there's Woody Shaw and Carter Jefferson. So Woody Shaw produced that Atlantis record on Timeless Muse.
It's the same lineup. It's the exact same lineup.
Yeah, so cool stuff.
They must have recorded the same sessions. Okay, this I picked up. It was cheap, and I enjoyed this immensely. And I'm not known for picking up more current jazz records.
Peanuts, nice.
Oh, show your record. Show it.
What do you got, Felipe?
It was $10. Was it talking about 60? It was a $10 record.
Nice.
Well, I'm sure it was
at your shop.
Hey, but did you get it from Bulgaria? That's the question.
I got it from Maryland.
So the cheapest one on Discogs right now is $39.
I'll find it.
I feel like I see it for 50.
39 to 150. There's four available.
I feel like I always see it for 50.
So back to this Emmanuel Wilkins record. It's really good. I like this double record. Came out like 2020, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so, Rob.
I was going to go see him play live, but a week from next week, there's.
Who's Emmanuel Wilkins? He play vibes?
He's a young saxophonist.
No, he plays sax. He's in
Here's the group.
He plays in To Pimp a Butterfly. He has many tracks in that record. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's in his 20s. He's
cool.
young. He's good.
Yeah.
This is a good record.
Who's on that with him?
He is on here with Micah Thomas on piano, Daryl Johns on upright bass, and Kiwanu Sunbury on drums. Do you know any of them, Mike?
No, but I'm looking at this.
Sorry,
I got this for $15. It's good. Someone said that's the better record of the two.
Yes, I like this one too.
But this is really good.
I really like that one. I haven't heard
of
it.
That's great.
They're both pretty good, and I think there's a new one about to come out next year. I think, or later this year.
But in 2 weeks here in LA, he's part of that Blue Note 85th quintet. That night I had tickets to that. I'm selling them. And then Kenny Barron, not too far from these are in Orange County, which is a good drive for me. Kenny Barron's doing a show because he's about to go on a jazz cruise. Look that up. But that cruise is crazy. And then, but that night, Benny Maupin's doing playing the whole album of the Jewel and the Lotus here close to where I live. So I'm going to that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Next one is this is an excellent Cheap Pete record. Everyone should go get this. I'm not a big Stan Getz guy, but this record is killer on Columbia, Mr. Marvel. And he's on here. It's just him, Stanley Clark, and Chick Corea and Arturo.
I was texting with Dan, the Jazz Shepherd, and he was saying that Stan Getz stuff on Roost, his early stuff on Roost is really good, and it's still pretty affordable. So
well, this is him. This is him more in the late 70s.
Yeah.
And that what's that album? Rain? What? Sweet Rain?
Sweet Rain on Verve.
Him and Chick Corea too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sweet Rain is a great record, and that also is an inexpensive record.
This is a good cheap record.
Yeah, Sweet Rain's a good $10 cheap heat.
Yeah,
okay. Brandon kind of turned me on to Walt Dickerson, and I got that blue whatever, but I found this Tenderness with him. It's just him and Richard Davis on Steeplechase.
Cool. Yeah, it's a good one.
But this is, I think, an odd record because this didn't come out, I believe, originally on Steeplechase in the Netherlands, right? Or it didn't come out there.
There's two.
No,
it's Inner City.
No, this is Steeplechase USA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, so just making a parenthesis here. I think I shared this with you guys last week. I think perhaps on the stream as well. This was Mike Notes and Tom's recommendation. It's also a Steeplechase, Walt Dickerson. It's a solo one. It's a direct cutting 80s.
Oh yeah, that one's very
that one.
That one's hard to get.
On the silver. It's one of the few Steeplechase with no artist picture on the cover. And dude, this sounds better than you can talk. Whatever, I'm not talking music here, but the sound of it. There's no Bobby Hutcherson record that comes even close to the sound of this record.
Why you gotta throw Bobby under the bus, Felipe? Come on.
Well, isn't on that record he's playing two at the same time?
Yes. It's incredible. It's amazing. It just
and it's direct to disc. Yeah, so
it sounds good on my boombox here.
Yeah, I'm on a tear to get his stuff. So this is my second Walt Dickerson record, and I'm happy with it. Okay,
and he's on there. I'm sorry, with who's the
Richard Davis.
Richard Davis.
Yeah.
He's very avant-garde. The one record on Steeplechase that's $1 billion might be the most expensive Steeplechase is the one with him and Sun Ra, and I've been streaming that, and it's really good.
Nice,
interesting.
Okay, I'm going to show you more.
So it's Walt Dickerson with Sun Ra. That's cool.
It's really good. Okay, I've been letting this sit in a record store. I haven't bought it, and I go, well, why don't I just try and get all the Booker Irvins? And this is good. It's kind of big bandy with who's playing on here with him. It's on Pacific Jazz. Martin Banks, don't know him. Garrett Brown on trombone. Leonard McBrown on drums. Reginald Johnson bass. Booker Irvin, Kenny Barron, Benny Green on trombone. Ray Copeland, Freddie Hubbard.
Frederick?
Yeah, Frederick. And then Richard Williams. I have one. Didn't Richard Williams put out one lead at record? I have that. And this is good. Kind of big bandy, but it's got that Booker Irvin kind of edge to it. It's good.
Cool.
I don't think it's that expensive for this record.
You should reissue that Booker Irvin Savoy record. That's like $500.
That record's awesome.
Okay, based on these were all available, and I know
Book Cooks.
So this is based on Brandon. I think said these are good. Get these records.
Woo.
Plus, they're very heavily sampled records. So I found all the Bob James CTIs that are heavily sampled by rap artists. You got 1, 2, and then this is when I think he debuted. CBS gave him a record label, and that's with that Joe Ambrakeen.
On Tappan Z, yeah.
Yeah, this is on Tappan Z was his label.
Yep.
This is kind of done in CTI style. So I found all 3 of these.
You know, it's not good that football record of his is terrible.
Oh, dude, except for the Angie theme or the the taxi theme.
Yeah, except for the taxi theme.
I mean,
but the rest of the record kind of sucks. But it's,
not all the songs on these records are great. It doesn't feel like thematically they work, but for the most part, they're good.
I need to get those. I haven't got those yet.
Yeah, the only reason I like those is my dad had all of them.
These two, this one just was reissued, but these 2 I think are going up in price.
So they're $7.
Yeah, from like $10 to $20.
Yeah. That's because they're heavily sampled. All right, I picked this up today.
But
what up, Felipe?
I'm just gonna say most important, and Chris, you vouch me. CTI rules.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
I love CTI.
Me too. Mike's an idiot.
CTI.
I just listened to this, and this is pretty good. This is the U.S. pressing of this. The other one, the originals have this like on a pink background.
All right, who's on there?
Do you know any of these other guys?
I do not know any of them, but I do know Don Cherry.
It's a spiritual jazz. It's good. This is on the Antilles.
Is it spiritual or crazy?
No, it's not crazy. It's spiritual.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah,
what is Don Cherry? Does he play the pocket trumpet on that? What's he playing on that?
No, he's playing like 5 he plays piano, lots of
playing the skin flute, bro.
You guys. No, he's playing lots of different instruments on it. Okay.
Lots of instruments. And Don Cherry, lots of instruments.
Okay, I picked up 2.
Does he play any bells on it?
Yes.
He does?
Yeah.
I could have been a great
your dream of becoming a jazz musician is going down south every day. So I found 2 Jack DeJohnette special edition records.
Well, I saw it on my store. I sampled them. I wasn't weird.
Chico Friedman's on both of these. That's why I grabbed them. And they're cheap. These were not expensive.
Yeah.
Felipe said it sucked.
Which one?
I sample. I had both in my store. I decided not.
These were not expensive, so I didn't mind picking them up.
Jazz Burns. That's a jazz burn. That's a Felipe jazz burn.
Yeah.
It was good.
I mean, Rob does it to people all the time. So, oh yeah, that record's terrible. You shouldn't have bought it. So we have
Burner toss either one.
You know what? I'm going to throw those away after the stream's over. I'm going to do a jazz. This is a jazz bomb mic showing. So
Harold Mabern, let's do it.
So this is an OG Venus.
Yeah.
Which it's odd to say it's an OG from 2003, but that's kind of when they started making records, right? This is not available. They have not reissued this. And someone was auctioning this on eBay, and I don't think they even knew what they had. There's no Obi. So I got this for $25. It goes for way over 100.
Is it Japanese pressing?
It's a Venus.
Yeah.
They're all Japanese pressing.
Sorry.
So this is I highly suggest if you want to spend some money on a record, this is killer. And I like this older.
I'm not for spending money on records for sure.
There are only CDs in the U.S. right now.
I think there's one on eBay for like 100.
Has it not been reissued at all?
There are 3 in Japan.
Reissued it yet.
So there are 3 in Japan. They range from $130 to $180.
So just wait.
Now, do you think the price is also due to the sexy cover?
Well, we don't know who's wearing the mask. That could be someone in the peanut gallery.
So did you get that for a steal, Rob?
Huh?
You got that for a steal?
Is that you, Rob, in the photo?
Did you steal the record, Rob?
Hold on. One question at a time. You from what TV station are you with? What were you saying again? So I bought it on an auction on eBay. One person bid on it.
Okay.
And I won it for $25.
Nice.
Damn.
Cool.
So that's how it's Jazz Bum Mike story.
Oh, very cool.
I buy records all sorts of ways.
For sure.
But every time Mike does that, I pray that it's a shit show just for the comedy.
Man, here's one thing, and
I did get one that is a shit show.
I don't have a lot of harm.
Yeah, but hang on real quick. That's that Love Supreme you got is like the deal of a year, so you're way up anyway.
I'm so happy to have that.
Hold on. I have a
No,
fuck you Jazz Bum Mike record coming up in a second. So hold on.
Okay.
But I didn't realize this, and I don't have a lot of Harold Mabern records. He's a very powerful piano player.
Yeah.
Just very, very powerful. This is an excellent record. Killer. Okay. Next record. So I got my shipment from the In Groove, and I got this.
Cool.
Sam.
It's good.
It feels very modern sounding. Does that make sense? Does anyone get that?
Yeah, it was recorded in the 70s.
Thank you. What year is it right now?
It's like 50 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, we're on a jazz timeline.
48,
Okay,
50.
70s is modern.
But it does. Exactly. The sound of it seems more modern, like they could have been playing yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you get the Shahib?
Shahib is right here.
Sahib.
Yeah.
I have. So these were listened to once. I need to listen to this again.
Thank you, Felipe.
My general sense is, I wish it was a tad punchier. Did anyone get that?
Turn up the bass. Turn up the bass on your amp, and it will be.
I mean, I guess so. I think it's a good record.
Hey, by the way, the new tube amp is here next week, and it'll be hooked up. I'm buying it, so it'll be set up.
Nice.
Very cool.
But this is very good.
It
was a little.
You know what helps with your tubes to make your tubes last? If you roast hot dogs on them while they're turned on.
Yeah.
I showed you pictures of the one I'm getting. It
look like it's spinning, right?
So the best thing, when your valves get hot, when they get warm, rub a little olive oil on them.
Yeah.
You get a nice. It'll get a nice glow.
Yeah.
Here's the amp. The amp I'm getting looks like it does cook hot dogs. So in your face.
Oh yeah.
The Sprimalunos, they get really hot. Really hot.
Spray some Pam on them.
So I'll get those toast marks on it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Can I hook my turntable up to a toaster?
This is the FU Jazz Bum Mike record.
Okay.
This is like the third FU.
I think I accidentally banned Dillimax, by the way.
Yeah.
And also, I have a really good record. So this. What do you have?
I have 3 more records. So chill out. Take a chill pill.
Well, I'll wait to show.
So a week ago at Record Safari, they posted this record, an OG, and I looked at it. It was meant for $275, and I go, I'm not spending $275. A week later, I was in Amoeba, and I found this record for $20.
Nice.
Okay.
And it is not an OG.
Yeah. OGs were like $300.
No, it was well around that because the one I found was $275. But what this is in Discogs, it doesn't even give a year for it. Someone in the comments says the Dead Wax info matches a German CD pressing.
No, it's a Scorpio, dude.
It might not be. It may be just a rainbow pressing. It may not be a Scorpio.
So this is not a Scorpio brand, and I promise you.
Does that have a rainbow?
Because I know exactly where that record is locally, and it's a Scorpio.
Okay, so there's a scratch off. There's a scratch off in the Dead Wax. It is not a Scorpio. I'm well versed with Scorpios. The vinyl is too thin.
But is it a rainbow? You know, rainbow pressings have unique numbers.
Hold on, guys. I don't know if it's a rainbow. There's nothing to indicate it is a rainbow. But here's my feeling why it's not any of those. This cover is too nice. It's like a 70s cover, or at least early 80s.
It's back to board, dude.
It doesn't have a waxiness to it. It is cardboardy, and it's not thick. It's so.
Why does it say DOL in the corner down there?
Where?
I'm just kidding.
Park Avenue.
Right there.
It's douchey.
I can't believe you fell for that. That was hilarious.
So, I mean, it is white on the back, but it is.
No.
I have plenty of Scorpios. There's nothing in the Dead Wax.
Well, does it sound good?
Oh, it sounds great.
Yeah,
it's not pressed that rainbow. It's definitely not pressed that rainbow.
Some of the Scorpios sound good.
So if you go into Dead Wax, I mean, if you go into Discogs, it is.
I have it up here.
It doesn't have a year listed. And
this is it.
But that's total Scorpio. It's like we won't even put a year. We'll just pressed this from 98 to like 2000.
People list that shit out there.
from everything I know of Scorpios, this is not a Scorpio. Even
Well,
look,
all right. So all that said, how does it sound, Rob?
sounds really good.
You just said it sounded
Sounds
good.
excellent.
Yeah.
So
You're ignoring us. Oh, wait, Louis is trying to join.
locally,
us
there's a copy
There you
for $13.
Okay, go get it and read the dead wax. Well, go back to the thing and see if you see a
Why
Scorpio.
am I going to go get it? If one of you guys wants it, I'll buy it
No,
for
it
you.
doesn't. It
to buy
doesn't say. It
No,
doesn't say.
Scorpio listings in the pressings.
Did I walk into
Rob,
something domestic here? Or?
Yeah, kind of. Rob, can you read Harry's question response here?
Good one, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What
What's up, Ray?
did you have a little rendezvous with Harry's music room, Chris?
No, that's your job.
I have two more to show.
Wait,
okay?
what was the no listed year comment? I want to hear that.
This is there's
Yeah,
stuff that is-
exactly, Steve Casey. Thank you.
He's
No,
saying
that's
that
not-
to you.
This is,
Hold
I
on.
disagree with this.
Did anything that came out of my mouth make it seem like I thought I had an original or something else?
No,
All I'm saying is there was no year
It's the
listed.
tone.
no, but you were denying that for some
No,
reason you know that it's not
I'm
a
saying it's not a
Scorpio.
Scorpio. I promise it's not a
How do you
Scorpio.
know it's not a
You don't
Scorpio?
know that though. That's
Keep
not true. Yeah,
trusting-
hang on. Scorpio put out a ton of legitimate records in the 70s and 80s and 90s and all that shit.
Okay, but if
And
you
Doesn't mean it's a bootleg.
And the most important question: why the fuck does it matter?
but
Because
can I
we want to
say-
know. That's why it
can I
matters.
say
What I'm
something?
saying is,
I'm going based
Louis,
on my experience,
Louis.
which is totally my opinion. But Brandon,
Yeah.
in the dead wax, Scorpios are very distinctive in the dead wax. It doesn't even come close to matching it. Plus, I've never seen a Scorpio with a scratched out dead wax number. It has a scratch out in it.
Felipe, can you kick Louis? As soon as he joined, we started fighting.
And this is my fault.
It's not Louis' fault. What's up,
I'm
Louis?
not-
So let's be polite here. Welcome, Louis.
Okay, look,
Good
why don't
evening.
you
How are you
read,
doing
why don't you
tonight?
read
I'm
Billy
doing great.
Billy's Record Salon, who I'm hanging with in Austin. He just had a comment there. Look,
That makes sense.
Exactly. I mean, everybody press records for cash, right?
Yeah,
What else?
very,
Yeah.
very much. And the Heath brothers were putting stuff out for Columbia, so like,
it's a good sounding record, but
Would you say that the Heath brothers would press mostly cheap Heat?
no, but they were their candy
Yeah.
bars with toffee in it. are
yeah. Do you
delicious.
think? Do you think that half of the money went to their candy bars? That's what I'm
Yeah.
wondering.
Yeah.
But there's
Right.
candy bars were made by Scorpio.
Nice.
I think Harry's like 5 minutes behind on the.
all right.
Yeah.
So Rob, what else you got?
I got two more to show.
You don't want to let Louis say hello, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, shut up, Rob.
Good evening. Welcome to the channel.
Yes, thank you.
You have
I
the
don't.
floor.
I don't want to interrupt the flow. It was getting really intense there.
You have the floor. You can have you can use as much as you want of your 30 seconds.
Chris
No,
is on
I
serious.
want to kick it back over to Rob.
One
so he
thing
can-
I want to thank Brandon for one thing. Mark Glassman is now going to move on from Sonny Morgan jokes to Scorpio jokes. That's just an announcement.
Oh yeah, he's kind of got a one-track mind, doesn't
I
he?
know.
Like you can't really get.
Anyone know
past
this record?
No.
That's
Is
what
that
happens when I eat McDonald's.
Blowout?
It's Scandinavian fusion.
Oh,
See all the white people on it? It's good. It's not nothing crazy. I found it today. I wanted
it has nothing to do with Blowout.
No.
no, the movie? No.
Yeah.
Okay, last record.
That's a John Travolta version of Blow Up,
Yeah.
but he's a sound guy.
Brian De Palma.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is a good movie. This is a Jazz Bum Chris record, and he's not even here to see it. Does anyone have this one?
No,
It's
No.
good. I've had it once before, and I picked it up again.
is it like early '80s?
Yeah, it's on Contemporary, and there's two lineups. You got Harold Land, Cedar Walton, and Buster Williams.
Good lineup.
And then you got, I don't know, James Clay.
Oh, James Clay is awesome, dude. James Clay has been playing since the '50s.
Does he have any records on Scorpio? There you go, last one. I made a joke before you could.
Nobody's got records on Riverside.
This is good. This is a good cheap heat record. That's it. Going down in flames. Thank you, everyone.
We enjoyed it.
Busting my Strata East find of the week. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna show. I only have.
Wait, Felipe. Hold on, Felipe. What do you got?
It's Mike's turn, but before Mike's turn, just want to make an interruption.
Oh, it's not my turn.
Well, you said you wanted to show after Rob. And,
No. I said I could wait.
No, I don't want to show anything, but you said a burn. Let's do a burn here. Can I toss this?
What? Get on it.
You?
This is controversial breaking news.
26.
The platform X is currently lighting up right now.
It's empty. Sorry,
shit.
I just want to make some drama.
All right, well, explain this, Felipe.
No, I got an OG here on this one. Finally, that's actually the second. The very first pressing has a green bar with white lettering,
Okay.
and then the next one came with a white bar and green letters. But the address on the back is still Lexington. That's
Okay.
Oh no, mine is.
I got
47 West.
Yeah.
I have a 47 West.
Yeah. So this is Lexington on the back. So the guy actually listed as a 47, but the back here is Lexington. And
oh, dude, mine's the same. It's Lexington on the back.
on the back of the cover.
No, side 2 is Lexington.
Oh, okay. No, I have Lexington. Yeah. So there are so many.
It has 2 different labels on it.
Yeah, it's 47th on A and Lexington.
Oh, well, you know what? That's known to be on Scorpions. Scorpios.
Oh, you're right, dude. It's a Scorpio.
It's a Scorpio. Yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to get an OG this and I found a good deal, and mostly because of the condition of the cover and yeah.
Do you think that Mark Glassman really wants to be me?
Felipe, can you tell us?
I didn't ban LMX
about the because that's obviously a compilation, right? Is it?
Yeah.
So it's blue. It's Blue Note material, and I guess that's his 10-inch stuff. He had some records on the 5000 series. Is that what they're putting out?
Yes, there's a 10-inch. Yes, this is like a comp. Yes, I mean the early 1500 series are mostly comps, right?
Yeah. They're the 10. A lot of them reuse the 10-inch stuff.
So
and not even like the Miles stuff. I guess that was 10-inch stuff. Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Ooh, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah. So I mean, each side here, there are different session dates and different lineups. Side 1 is Clifford Brown, Gigi Grice, Charlie Rouse, John Lewis, Percy Heath, and Art Blakey. That was recorded on August 28, 53. The second side 2 is Clifford Brown, Lou Donaldson, Elmo Hope, Percy Heath, Philly Joe, recorded on June 9th. And actually, if you read the label, it says not on the cover, but on the label of the record, it says Clifford Brown and Lou Donaldson.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
But it's quite good. But I mean, honestly, the Music Matter sounds better, of course.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. 45.
I will say that even if you're not a hard bop person, you will love this record. This record's so good.
Yeah. Dude. So Clifford Brown is interesting. I mean, he had something extra there. Especially on his the way he put his harmonies, the melodies together. I think in terms of putting songs together, everything, he was ahead of even Miles.
He was incredible. I honestly, I was thinking recently, Sue over at Rachel's Ghost is getting into jazz, and I was just thinking, what would I recommend? And she's mentioned that she doesn't like shrill trumpet, but that's probably because she's heard shrill trumpet, and now she's looking for non-trumpet stuff. But I would recommend, even to somebody who's not into trumpet that's getting into jazz, like the Clifford Brown, Max Roach stuff is some of the most well played, as badass as it is. It's beautiful and badass. It's just I don't know. Clifford Brown stuff is just, I think, undeniably good. I feel like that's
revelation.
I feel like a lot of people
have a. I have a question, because my favorite stuff is probably, more of the modal stuff from the late 60s through the 70s. But I think a lot of us got started on hard bop.
Yeah.
It's kind of there's something undeniably good about those melodies and how it works together.
Mm-hmm.
And, even though I don't listen to as much hard bop as I used to, it's still how I got into jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think hard bop, Brandon. If you think about, so was the inception, the early beginning of 12 inches. The recordings are getting better. There was more distribution, record clubs. It was the style that was popular, and and there were bestsellers and innovators in a sense, right? And that kind of endure for like a long time. And those are the most like relatable, easy to find titles. And
but also, it's the beginning of exploration into like really new areas. And
yeah, I mean, I think in a sense, bebop was as well. Like take what Dizzy Gillespie was doing, Duke Ellington,
But the cool thing about hard bop is jazz musicians taking standards and taking them into a different realm.
Yes.
Also, kind of almost the beginning of political music, becoming.
So, what do you think?
I think bebop was political.
What are some of your favorite hard bop albums?
Well, do you have an hour?
Well, maybe another time.
I mean, do you want to just start
with? I would say those Clifford Brown, Max Roach are like top tier. It could be like, in my opinion, they could be the best.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't go there. I'd probably go with like Mobley and Hubbard and
Monin, right?
Fair.
Don't forget
and Morgan, Lee Morgan.
But that's because so Clifford Brown had Harold Land and Sonny Rollins, and was there another tenor?
Sonny Rollins. I would like Sonny Rollins would be like the first person I would take.
I mean,
and then I would take piano players like Horace Parlin and I mean
Jackie McLean.
McLean, early Jackie McLean. If I want to take like hard bop to like Miles. What I really like, Cappuccino Swing,
motherfucking Clark.
Sonny Clark. I mean, obvious. Sonny Clark would be like, definitely Sonny Clark. Yeah, I mean, all those guys.
Exactly.
All the Blue Note guys, but then like Red Garland, Sonny Rollins on Prestige, like there'd be
exactly. There's a lot, right? And
there's so much.
Yeah, and if you think about those guys, they're playing their own compositions,
Miles,
which became
on Prestige.
eternal, but they're also playing a lot of standards. So there's a combination there which kind of pushes a little more commercially in a sense, makes more available, widespread. If you think about what came later, although it's brilliant, it's great, it's not so easy for the beginners, and there's not so many repressing reissues and everything.
Right.
So,
But the other thing is all these hard bop guys were taking standards and just like totally changing the structure of the standards. It was still like Autumn Leaves is a perfect example. All those songs, like On Green Dolphin Street, all those songs are like perfect examples where it's just like taking that song and saying like, no, we're not going to play it like all nicey like everyone wants to hear it. We're going to totally deconstruct it and play it in this whole different way. And it's like people recognized it and went like, oh, that's that song. But
but they still
reassembled.
Exactly, but they still had a structure, a way to kind of follow through, right?
For sure.
It's easy for people, I think.
Well, they brought more structure back to jazz after bebop. I feel like hard bop brought structure back into it a little bit more.
Agree.
Yeah, I mean,
and some finesse elements, like some evolution, right?
Finesse is more. Felipe's got it right. It's like finesse. Right. It's like style.
Think about the first run of Coltrane with Miles. He left. He played with Monk. When he returns from Monk, he's a completely different player, and Miles went right after him because that's he's a completely different, better player.
Yeah.
So he just got more refined, getting the whole Monk accent.
Well, that's a good point, Felipe, because I feel like if you listen to the Prestige stuff, that's hard bop, the Blue Note stuff, that's hard bop, and then what like Monk was doing, there's diversity within that. Like those are like very different styles within the hard bop genre.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes when I think about and I'm probably prejudiced in my way, but like when I think about bebop, there's only like 4 or 5 artists that kind of come into mind. I think about Charlie Parker. I think about what Dizzy Gillespie was doing at that time. And when it gets into the hard bop era, it's like there's so many people I start to like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it seems just much more diverse.
Yeah, it's something that we were actually chatting about, right? So bebop was a short-lived span. Mostly after depression, right? They couldn't afford to keep big bands anymore, so that's why the bands got smaller. There was not much budget for recording, so the song has to be really short in those shellacks or whatever they are, those 78s. So they had to, play the best that they could in such a short time, like 3-4 minutes, whatever it was.
Yeah. And also, I think this is a really good point, and it reminds me when we were talking to Jerome, we interviewed Jerome Saba, which I'm mispronouncing his last name, but he was saying, like, he was playing with Kenny Barron, and one of the things when he was thinking of like what should we play, he knew his repertoire and was like, well, I know he knows this, so let's bring that in. So there's an efficiency to knowing standards, because if you get a group of guys together and they have to learn something for the day, like they can all be familiar with certain things, right? So there's an efficiency that's built into kind of going back to familiar tunes.
Yep.
Right. If you're doing new compositions, I don't know, like maybe it takes more time.
Well,
I
still wish there was a book on it, but the whole idea of the political aspect of it, and I think most of you guys know it, and I hope I don't totally destroy it, but the idea was that Black people were taking standards and reappropriating them into their own language, and that was sort of a form of political speech. It was like these songs were understood by everybody, and what jazz was doing by taking standards and changing them and putting them into their own voice was, we have to think about things in a very, in the political spectrum, you couldn't necessarily do things overtly. A lot of things were done covertly, and that's kind of what standards were. Like, hard bop standards were a very interesting way of saying, hey, we're taking this music. This is our music. It's been taken. We're taking it back.
Maybe. I mean, it's also American music, which
no,
is
I understand. But it has to be pretty shocking to hear those standards reinterpreted in that jazz style. I agree with what Brandon's saying. It probably was more.
But listen to Autumn Leaves, of how Autumn Leaves is, or listen to it. Actually, just take Miles's quintet and take those albums and listen to what the songs were at the time and how he played them and how different they are and how individual they are and how
much better they are.
How much better they are.
Exactly. But also, Jay got a comment. I was actually going to make that point. It helps selling records as well and make things more accessible. It's a point of entry.
100%. Yeah.
Right. So so that's why in the late 60s, early 70s, things go in a totally completely directions. It's just different,
But it's interesting because even my grandmother was a big jazz fan. Like, she was a big jazz fan, and I think there was also, if you listen to a lot of the Blue Notes from the early 60s before they started to get into the modal situation, a lot of the records are half standards, half originals. And I think that was really not just marketable, but that people would be like, oh, I know that tune, despite the fact that it was completely deconstructed and put into a different way. They kind of understood the tune, and that would get them into the next track, which would be the original tune by the person.
Well, that, and also the way hard bop works is they play the tune first. When they play the head, so everybody knows what song it is, and then they do interesting stuff with it, and then they play it again at the end. I mean, that's
exactly.
And I think that's why it works so well, because especially if you knew those tunes back in the day, you're like, oh, okay, interesting.
Exactly. So
and that's the thing, Chris, is some people are like, well, that album has like, 3 tracks that are really like sound like, Muzak or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but the other 3 tracks are like the originals, and it's almost like you play the standards so you can showcase your
So there's also an economical point there, Brandon. So besides selling, most labels like Riverside, Prestige, and Savoy, they couldn't rehearse. They had like one day to cut a record. They would do it. So if you don't have enough songs, cut some standards as well, because everybody knows what to do. It's easy. And on Blue Note, it's a matter of saving time as well. They could rehearse, but also for selling. There are some notable exceptions. So let's say taking off Herbie. The plan was to have like a half standards and half originals, but when he came up with Watermelon Man, they said, "Man, just cut the whole record, your songs. We don't care."
Yeah,
and I'm sure
I have 2 points to make. Hang on.
Like Dexter Gordon's gonna say, "No, don't play that." It's like, this song's awesome.
So the thing about the standards versus originals too is there's 2 things that comes to mind. One, when you're playing standards, you have to pay royalties to play those standards for every record you sell.
Right.
Yes. You have to pay ASCAP fees and BMI. That's what all that shit means. The songwriters get paid for when you cover a tune on a record, right? They have forever. And then the other thing is coming up with original tunes. Like maybe you don't have a whole records with original tunes, even like and then the guys like y'all said have to learn to play them. But
we were looking at
factors too. Right. And there's one. The third factor is what the record companies would do if you came up with original tunes. They would steal them from you. Then they would own the rights to resell them for perpetuity and make money off of them forever. So
Now, is this everything you went through when you put out your record, Chris, on Scorpio?
Actually, Louis stole the rights to all my songs. So
So, but you do notice, like,
at a record store,
Blue Note does go from that kind of formula of half standards to half originals, and then right around 64, 65, you start to get albums that are completely original, and that's where you get like, probably the best.
The companies that were making money, they had their artists cover popular songs of the day. Like all those.
But there was also something where like you have a young new, like this is Chris's point. You have a young new guy coming up. He's written a couple songs that are ready to go, and you want to get him in the studio. He's got to do another 4 standards to fill that out.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's true. He may only have 2 or 3 great songs, so they're like, okay, do Love for Sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if people like that tune, they say like, oh, I like that tune. Maybe I'll buy this record. I mean, I do that. I look at jazz records, and if I don't know who it is, and I see a couple of tunes, like, oh, Autumn Leaves, or whatever.
I mean, it's very I don't tend to like when jazz artists do like popular rock songs, but like when they do like a Duke Ellington tribute album, I always like those interpretations of In a Sentimental Mood. I always find they're very interesting and stuff like that.
I almost didn't buy I Want to Hold Your Hand because of its association with the Beatles.
What is that? The Great Green record or something else?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great record, dude. It's such a good record.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
that's
there's
another
also
example.
standards I go towards, like on Green Dolphin Street or.
Yeah, and Louis, if you think about the era there, they put the standards to sell more records, right? Not because.
Oh yeah. I'm just teasing because of the Rachel's.
But the famous story I found out and told it a couple times here is the reason Monk left CBS is they were trying to force him to do a Beatles album.
Yeah,
which is true, right? Or did you just make that up?
No, it's true.
It's still true.
And they were going to press it on Scorpio.
Hold on.
It's true, but he made it up.
So Brandon, you mentioned
it's in the liner notes for that Mosaic box I have.
No, I know you've told that story many times.
Yeah,
you mentioned one of your favorite standards. My 2 favorite standards that I love are Lush Life. I love that song so much.
Can you sing a little bit of it for us?
And then also Polka Dots and Moonbeams, which is it's like
fucking Frank tune.
Like it's such a cheesy name for a song, but it is such a good song. So
what's weird is, so I wish someone would make I think I'm definitely repeating myself, but it'd be interesting if someone would make a book, because there are times where the standard the vocal standard creates more of the melody, and more the standard creates the vocals.
Yeah.
And there's really not like a formula for how that actually works, right? But like, there's lyrics for Autumn Leaves. I don't remember. I don't know.
It goes, autumn leaves fall in the autumn.
And there's, I know Love for Sale. Love for Sale, I actually know the lyrics.
Love for Sale, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Sweet love for sale. Da, 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 da. Anyway, so
we're gonna cut that out and make a short
Billy
out of it.
wants to come up here and set everyone straight.
Oh, yeah, of course.
oh,
Billy.
is there, if someone knows this and has written a book on standards, I let them come up.
But
Well,
they
there
have
is
to
a book
fulfill
on
both of those
standards, so
requirements.
actually-
Because if
no,
you haven't
there is
written
a
a book, we're
book
not
written on
fucking
standards.
talking to you.
There's a book that's written on jazz standards. I think Ted Goya has a record on standards.
But I would love to hear like,
Good too. You should listen to that, Mike. The book on standards that Ted Goya wrote. It's on Audible.
Yep.
Oh, my shirt finally came, by the way.
Hey now.
Oh, let's see it. Model
What
it
does it
for us.
say?
Hang on.
Looks good.
jazz butts.
Jazz butts. I had to make it myself.
Can we get a 360 or what? No.
It was like 4 weeks.
Did you get the strapless back version?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Billy?
Billy, what you got on the wall? Looks like you got you got
I see a sunny. I see a sunny Chris.
Yeah, I do too.
I see a Wahoo.
Uh,
I know all those records. That's
Yeah.
bad.
That
I know.
Neptune's, that's not.
Oh,
that's the name-
whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
look, you got
Roy
the
Brooks up
Roy
there.
Brooks.
Wow.
What's that going for? $500?
Yeah, what do you think?
300 for you.
300?
300. Okay.
That's not a bad deal.
That record's
What's
not
the
worth
what's the
200
what's the
bucks,
Tolliver?
sorry.
What are you asking for the
Wait,
Tolliver?
I have it. How do you make it echo?
What?
Yeah.
I'll give you 200 for that Roy
Yeah.
Brooks tops.
He can sell it for 300 on.
Billy, what are
I
you
paid-
asking?
I paid $2 for mine.
What are you asking for the
Wait, I can't get the delay.
Oh shit!
Why don't you let him come up here and talk? Why are you trying to make him
All right,
sell
it's not
Well,
delayed
he's
anymore.
showing ridiculous. So, what's that Sonny Clark behind you? What pressing is that?
All right, so the Sonny Clark is the first press. It's G
Whoa.
minus, G
No,
minus.
no.
Let's see
G
that.
minus. That's my favorite condition.
Yeah.
Look at this. Hold on.
Still presents
Don't
well
rip it
in
off.
outer sleeve.
Woo!
God.
Nice.
Oh yes,
Oh,
Oh my god, that hurts.
Yeesh.
it's still cool though, man.
All right, let's see the
Hey,
record.
hey, that was well loved. 5 minutes
Well,
ago.
that's what I said. On Discogs, it says well loved.
It was well loved by Billy 5 minutes ago.
I don't know if you can see, but it's really crunchy. But it's
Yeah, but
cool.
how did
Does it play through?
Look,
Is it-
perfect on YouTube.
It plays through.
okay.
Yeah. My plays through. All right. Yeah. G minus though. Oof.
All the lighter fluid I have on it though makes the scratches go away.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's how you do it.
So what are we talking
Yeah,
price
yeah.
wise for,
Yeah.
for
Is that
that
a
record?
Scorpio
Is that still like $150, $200 record?
No, maybe it should be right. I put 300 on it, but I didn't think it was going to sell. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Pricing
I mean,
is-
it's
The pricing is
super
so
rare.
weird. If
I
you
mean,
look at it, it's like,
that in like VG plus or mint minus condition, $600 record.
No.
no, like it's like
You kidding me?
1500 or something.
I
Yeah,
asked
yeah.
a question. I didn't say that I had the answer. Let him
No, I
answer.
thought-
Mike.
I didn't know it was a
Why are you judging
question.
People, Mike.
Every
I
time
didn't hear
somebody
it.
new
All
joins,
here to
everybody starts
learn.
yelling.
Going
Yeah.
away.
Oh no.
Mike's
I don't know.
Totally
Mike's
wrong
the
for
guy who
asking
looks
the
up stuff.
question.
Mike, look it up.
Mike's being a baby.
Calm down, please.
Yeah.
All right, I'll look it up.
How much is it?
Let's see. Hold on. Give me a
And
second.
Billy, I'm not allowed to ask questions. Just
Oh,
make
we have a request.
OG Sonny's Crib and VG Plus. That's a $2,000 record.
Let's
So,
see.
why
Billy,
it's- that's why-
since we have someone paying for you to talk to us, so tell us about Giles Peterson shopping at your store.
Oh, I got $2 to talk about this. Or you
We
guys?
got, we got
you guys-
$2 for you to talk
You
about
guys
it. Yeah.
did. It was amazing. It was amazing. He came in and he's like, what I loved about him most was he was like just so curious. Like he wanted to know what everything was and like what was playing and like asking like questions. And it's like you'd think someone like that knows no one knows. I mean, there's so many records, no one knows
Oh, yeah.
everything. And you know, he was like he was so like, it was kind of like, meeting like one of you guys or something, where it's like you just already feel like our language was already there, and we were just kind of talking, and and he was he showed me like I have it here somewhere, but like where is it? Like this Randy Weston tune he like showed me that I'd never heard, and I was like, oh wow, that's like, so it kind of felt like because he had just come from like a Members Don't Get Weary tribute kind of concert, and it kind of had that kind of vibe. So it was Jazz Fest in New York, and he was here doing a bunch of events, and a friend of the shop, this guy DJ Center, brought him over, and he was on his knees going through boxes. He went through every single record in the shop, which I was like, wow. That's like,
how much did he spend?
I probably could have sold him a little bit more, but like I'm just not good at that. He ended up spending like $800.
What did he get?
I had it in my video. It's on my Instagram. You can actually see everything he bought, where it's like I do a flip through of the stuff. What were the bigger pieces? Like he was just kind of throwing stuff in at the end. I don't know. He was ready to go. Like he was just like, you could tell he just goes into shops and like he goes, oh, he was gonna buy. He talked about me on his radio show because like my rule is if I play it, I have to sell it, because I fucking hate it when you're in a shop and some guy's like playing the record and you're like,
Is it one of these, Billy?
Yeah,
Actually,
it would be.
Billy,
Oh, no, those are
good.
reels. Those are reels. You got to go to post. Oh, there he is. It's in that pinned. Yeah, the pinned one. No, you had it. Go back.
Right. Where? This?
Right here. There he is. So the middle one, the middle slide.
Oh, okay. I see. I got it.
It looks like he's asking if you want to.
Martino. We talked a lot about Les McCain, and then again we talked about.
Hey, I shot that record.
That's like he bought a second press of something else. That Moondog record's really cool, and then he schooled me on that one. And then that one at the bottom that has Don Cherry on it, it's Cheap Heat. We got to watch it again. This is like when I'm screen grabbing at like Revilla does like their swipes through. I'm like screen grabbing to see like what the hell it was.
He looks like he's asking you if you want to see what's underneath his jacket.
Kenny Barron's on that. Oh, do you see that City Spirits one at the very bottom? There he is. That's really cool. Don Cherry's on that. It's like a Western Mass kind of like not private press, but like small press. But it's like, you showed a Don Cherry before. It's even more spiritual and kind of like the Cadona, the Cadona ECM record, the one like Cadona 3 or whatever. It's got like the blue wavy cover or whatever. Kind of like that stuff. But it was totally an ultimate thrill. And then there's a podcast that he does where he kind of like goes over each New York store and he talks at length about mine, because I wanted to play him a few things that I thought he would like that I wasn't going to sell. And it was like I played 2 things and he wanted to buy them so bad. And I'm like, I'm sorry, those aren't for sale. So then he went on his show and talked about how he hates it when shops don't sell stuff that they play. And people, it's fucking Giles Peterson. We're obviously going to play him like something he's never heard to like, turn him on to something. There's this shop around the corner called Human Head where they were doing a concert during Jazz Fest called Live from the East, which was originally set to be an M. Tume tribute concert, but they ended up just making it Live from the East, which like Pharaoh has a Live from the East concert. There's a few others, but there's like some 7-inch that the guy at Human Head played for him. I think it was it's not Jerome Richardson. Who am I thinking of that was on it's a 7-inch on Live from the East. I'm not. I just dropped the ball in the story. It's past 5 p.m. But yeah, it was. He kind of talked about that. I played this. that I'm holding that record in the first frame. It's Black Sugar. It's like this Peruvian salsa funk thing that's like $350, and he just like went on Discogs and bought the last copy after I wouldn't sell him mine, which I thought was kind of fun. And then I gave him a $1 record. I gave him a $1 record that had a I've Known Rivers cover. It's like I don't know if I posted the photo, but it's like it kind of looks like it's like a white guy with a mustache, and it looks like just a terrible one of those like terrible records, but it has I've Known Rivers on it. And there was no listing on Discogs. he bought it and like shouted it out on the channel, and like then one copy popped up and was like immediately gone, and I'm like, oh no, I gave him a record for free and he just created value. Like he has his own sort of like economy of this record. So now I have like an alert for this like record, and I'm like, kind of like what you guys kind of do, where it's like, you post a record and it's gone. He like plays a record and it's like the value triples and stuff. So, but yeah, it was cool. Like sending him tracks and stuff, and he's a legend.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's got to be
Mabern?
Yeah, super exciting. So the new policy is that if you play it, you sell it.
Yes, my policy now is in the store. I play it, I sell it. Yeah.
Yeah,
but like for him, I was just kind of showing him the 2 coolest new things I had found personally for my stuff.
Did he leave you a Yelp review?
No.
1 star. He wouldn't sell me a record he was playing, the bastard.
I should get him to leave me a Yelp review.
I think that is the biggest faux pas for record stores is when you play a record in the store and someone asks, "Can I get? Where is that?" and you say, "No, it's not for sale." That's bullshit.
That's right.
If it's your last copy, don't play it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Play it off hours. Yeah, I know. I totally agree. Like I've actually sold records I didn't want to sell, and as punishment, I had to go like buy it for like $20 more than I sold it for on Discogs because like I played it and I wanted to stand by it.
Cool.
But
so Billy, are you 6 months in?
I'm about 6 months in. Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going really good. It's you can kind of see it. You can feel like people kind of discovering it. Like it's like this like oasis or something where they're like people from other cities, or some guy came in today from New Jersey who's like, he learned about it on like Rachel's channel or something, and he was excited. But like when the right person comes in and they become like they'll come back in 2 weeks and spend a lot of money, and then.
So you're about to start your 3rd trimester. That is so cool.
Yeah, I'm about to have. By the time I get to Austin, I'll have a little one.
What's been the biggest challenge for you?
Having all us
pricing.
In on that Saturday night.
Pricing?
So I ultrasonic, sleeve. I do the MoFi. Well, it's a Hudson. It's the cheaper MoFi. If you guys ever want to get a bunch, get the Hudson.
Hudson. I buy 100
500 at a time, man.
500 at a time for like $70. They give you 10% every time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I do the Hudson, and then you can get the Japanese ones, and they're really, the Japanese ones I know go both ways. Like, I hate them. Like I actually just almost destroyed a Benny Green. That Benny Green on it's
yellow.
The yellow, and you got to be super careful. It's like when the face of those Japanese things are down and they like attach. But if you're careful, like I love them for the store because they're flipping through is just so satisfying when the tops are like rounded, and it's kind of glossy. And I can hear when
people can't check the condition of the record. Then isn't it?
Oh, they open them.
Yeah. Yeah, but
you were here opening them. All you could hear is.
Of course. Yeah.
It's like a security thing too. It's like I can see someone opening a record.
That's true. Did that Benny Green sell?
What's that?
Have you sold that Benny Green?
Yeah, I sold it. I sold it through YouTube or something. Maybe they're watching.
We were in the after hours club behind the velvet rope party thing. We were like at a special thing, Mike.
So I wrap those. I wrap everything in the Hudson and I clean it. And I feel like that's more important than pricing. And like I'll always be very transparent with people when they come up and I price in front of them, but I try and do it really fast. And like I feel like I'm good enough at pricing now where it's not like, I'm trying to do 10% below what's for sale and what just sold, and or like it's got to be the cheapest copy you could get in the past 2 months or something like that. And so I just kind of do that really fast.
Well, that's fair.
So it's like people are starting to realize that like if they bring me something to get priced, it's gonna be like comparable to everything else that's in the shop. So it's not. So like I'd rather get a bunch of stuff out. Like I did a drop yesterday on my Instagram. You can see it, and like I hadn't priced anything, but I was more excited to get those on the floor, and like a bunch of people. So I do Thursday nights from 6 to 10. And like people were like at the door at 6 coming in to get like mainly that Milton Nascimento record, which like
which one?
The Low Borges or whatever, with the kids on the cover.
Oh, yeah, everyone loves that one.
What pressing is that?
It was that one. It was the early 80s
Okay.
Odeon.
Yeah.
And then like I've already sold like maybe 10 of these, and this was Thursday night. So like
that Dollar Bird's amazing. I love Blackjack. It's a great fucking record.
that Larry Ridley's gone. That's on Strata. But yeah, I try and have a mix. That Joe Henderson's VG minus. It's still here if anybody wants it.
Billy, just for people who are unfamiliar, where's your shop if they want to come check you out?
It's in East Williamsburg on the off
Real
the L train.
thing. That's a killer record.
That's Deep Groove VG minus.
That's a great record.
That's a great record. Rural Life. You guys see that?
Billy's Record Salon is called. Are you going to try to sell us records in
right now? I am right now. $300.
When we're roommates in Austin.
That's a cool record.
How much are you
I'm
asking?
How much are you asking? Stuff to sell like,
Damn, look at that.
In the parking lot.
Damn.
How much are you
Is
asking?
that your second copy of that? Damn.
How much are you selling that television for?
That's a proper first.
Can you just show me stuff I don't have, please?
That's a first.
That's
Because I have a television in the Disney auction tomorrow, so I'm curious. What are you asking for that television adventure?
Oh, I think $30.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's 25, 30, depending on condition.
Television's
hot right now because it's
right,
like
exactly.
I have a Rhino reissue of it and sounds great.
Not Adventure Wax. You only have Marky Moon.
No, I have Venture.
They did Adventure too?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They didn't. Oh, they did a regular. They did a.
How does it sound?
No, they did a regular.
I think it's a segue.
Mike. I feel the Chris Bellman reissue of Marquee Moon doesn't sound that much different than the new thing.
Felipe, did you get the television?
The original?
Yes, I got it.
What do you think?
Mike, can you oh, sorry, I didn't interrupt.
Listen, Mark Glassman, I'm gonna fly up to Toronto and slap you in the face.
Yeah. With a
Felipe, what are your thoughts on
what was Lastman's comment?
Oh, hold on. It's a Scorpio.
Can someone do something to make me say something stupid so he can change?
Hold on, I want to hear Felipe.
Well, you were already talking.
Felipe has.
Lastman.
I'm so excited to meet Louis in a couple months.
What about me?
Actually,
are you going to be there? I didn't know you were going to be there.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to meet my second jazz bum.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're going to be sleeping
glorious.
in their car.
Mazzy, you don't meet me, and you'd only have
We're
to
letting
drive
Felipe
to
hang out here to drive, for God's sake. Come on.
Yeah.
Shut up,
Can
everyone.
I speak on my own fucking channel? Thank you.
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah,
Whoa.
baby. Yeah.
No, Mike. Actually, I got the television. I cleaned it, but I haven't played yet.
Shit.
Oh, you're one of those people who have to clean records before you play them. Jeez. Okay.
You do.
Yeah.
Well, la-di-da. Oh, I can't say that on.
All right, what do you got?
You do that yourself, Mazzy, so shut up.
So I got a few records this week. I haven't played that many, but this is one that I tested and played. This is amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn, I wish I'd have bought that with y'all. I got screwed.
Yeah. So this is a Tribal
I'm gonna
Ghost.
make fun of you from now on, Chris.
You probably can.
I have a copy here for sale. Whoever is interested, let me know.
Do you have a copy? Because I want one now. If you have a copy,
You bought two?
No, I don't.
Wait.
Damn it, you liar.
Hold on, Jazzbum Mike. While he's talking about the record, can you pull it up to see? Because we sold it out.
I think we sold out. We sold it out. Yes. So this is a record by John Chikai, Charlie Cocase, Garrison Fuse, Cecil McBee, and Billy Hart. It was recorded live at the Birds in 2007, and it was reading the liner notes. That's the only residency John Chikai ever did in New York.
Oh, wow.
It was from Tuesday to Sunday, and actually Lee Connis attended this Saturday session. He didn't just for watching. He wasn't playing. This record is fantastic. There's a lot of interesting songs. He's well pressed. He came really nicely packed from Lithuania. Okay.
How much is it going for on Discogs now?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Mike.
I'll check.
But whoever
Discogs, bitch.
Felipe, you go. So the cover, because it wasn't cheap.
No, it was 60 euros.
Oh shit. Okay.
60
Plus
euros.
shipping. And then Felipe tax too.
Yeah, exactly. So
tax.
So I did a special $5 for ultrasonic, And
yes.
$5 for the Vinyl Star Solution pocket sleeve. Okay. And another
He'll also kiss the labels for you for an extra $10.
Another 5 for flattening.
Yeah.
Hey, Felipe, I'm sorry, but someone who's gone missing has shown up right there.
Oh, Malaya.
Oh, welcome
That's a
back.
really good. That's a really good point, Malaya.
That is a good point. We love you,
Do
Malaya.
you charge extra for X-rays, Felipe?
Hey,
If insurance covers, not. But if it doesn't cover, I'll charge.
hey, Malaya, metal sucks.
Metal does not suck. How dare you?
Malaya, are you going to go to the
Police
Austin
Girl
Record
Jam
Show?
sucks.
We're
All right.
all going to be. I'm coming to the Austin Record Show. Do
Oh
I get
yeah,
to
are you
meet
gonna
Malaya
go?
this time?
Let us know in the comments below.
Well,
You and Louis are going, right, Louis?
Yeah.
lots of metal does suck, but there is metal that is amazing.
Yeah, so I haven't played my another record that came this week. Mike Notes and Tone talk about it. I just got mine from Amazon Warehouse for a really decent price, and it came in perfect
There you
condition.
go.
And this one here, guys.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's very nice that you
Anything-
bought a record 3 months after everyone else did.
Was
Well,
that
but I paid $15 instead of $30.
Oh, shit. Busted. Nice.
Yeah.
damn.
No record shaming, Rob.
Actually,
Yeah.
Felipe, I would appreciate it if you value record and teeth you pulled. That's one and a
That's
half
like a
teeth.
fifth of a tooth, bro. He makes so much money pulling teeth. that he
This
can
was
go
like
to
this was
record.
like a half of anesthesia. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see what else. We got some cool. We can.
Oh,
Oh, what happened? I missed that. What was that?
The Duke.
Yeah, got just one more. This for Roberto. We talked about it. This is an OG Fania Ray Barreto.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
This record is killer. It's at the US first pressing. Funny thing is that both sides have the side B label.
Oh, that's a cool label, though.
Yeah.
Is that a map or is it just trippy?
No, just like blurred watercolors or whatever.
Hmm.
And it's in shrink. It's the first pressing.
Take the shrink off, man. Come on.
Don't
Yeah.
do
I do it, yeah. And this record is great, and I really like it. I'm getting some funniest here and there. I mean, here in Miami, you don't have to buy reissues. You can find the originals every day. This is a really good one. Recommend.
Awesome.
Roberto, if you don't have it, go get one.
Did you just say you're buying Funyuns?
Funyuns, Minions, Funyuns, I don't know.
And yeah,
Onions make your breath stink, Rob. That's probably your problem you have socially.
Yeah.
I have
But-
one. Can I show one record? Just one record.
You can show us new records.
Felipe,
Because
he's not done
it's
yet.
a record that
Wait,
maybe
Felipe,
half
Felipe,
people
are you
bought.
done, Felipe?
Oh,
Huh?
I thought he was.
Are you done, Felipe, for now, or do you want to show more shit?
I'm done. I'm going to grab a bite. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I'm sure every other person bought this today.
Better be
or-
jazz, Mazzy. It
It is
better be jazz.
And I think
Better not
this
be
is
the
my-
dead.
This is my favorite thing right now because I'm a big bebop fan. And don't sleep on this. It's the classic. But this, oh my
Yeah, it's
god,
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
this is so fucking good. I mean, I love bebop, but it's got a little almost sounds like cowbell drum thing on the first two tracks. It's like, but it's so good. Night in Tunisia and
How's the
Unkoko
How's the
Loco.
recording? Because I feel
The
It's
recording's
okay.
great. The recording's
Mhm.
great.
I thought it was okay.
See, I don't. I hate these fucking new jazz fans like Rob. That oh my god, it's bebop, which means it might come from the early '50s, and it doesn't
Good
sound
point.
like really great recording.
I hate Rob,
Fuck, This
too.
is great music. This sounds really well recorded. It's Bud Powell, a young Bud Powell, doing great
What does
bebop
Duke Pearson
piano.
think of that recording?
This is a fucking great record, and it's like $25.
Well, wait, I don't understand. Is it a good record to fuck to, or what
Look,
do you?
it
come on,
literally
one sec,
says
one sec, Rob.
the amazing.
It's
Bud
very
Powell.
amazing. No, I think
Anyway.
I liked it too, but I think that I need to get a replacement copy because mine kind of sounded like shit. So maybe I just got a bad copy.
Well, I
I'm
don't
not, talking
know.
like, I'm not saying it sounded like old
No,
either.
well,
It had,
you
like,
have to
weird
understand-
distortion on it.
Mazzy's a good 30 years older than you, Chris. So his hearing's going bad.
Well, I'm fucking deaf from going to.
It's recorded in
concerts.
1951, so it's even older than me, but it's
Yeah.
really good. See, you know me,
Yeah, my
I'm a
dad was
big
born.
my favorite jazz artist is Charlie Parker. So if you can't listen to a Charlie Parker record,
if you want to turn Mazzy on, just go like this.
Fuck you! God damn it!
All right, that was funny.
Okay, Rob, we're gonna get a new roommate in Austin here.
All right,
yeah, Mike. In group.
By the way, here's the OGs.
Please come save us.
What? Thank you, Nicole.
Bud Powell's just not sexy. It's
Hey,
just
Matthew.
Bud Powell's amazing.
Yo, show me.
No, I like it. I'm not saying it's bad. I love it.
Let me just. I have one way to make my point.
You don't have to.
Here they are. Here's the originals.
There's a couple Bud Powell records on Steeplechase, and they literally print on the jacket. We're sorry, this doesn't sound good. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Oh, these records sound awesome.
That's thoughtful.
Rob, didn't you pick up a Bud Powell on ESP disc?
Yeah,
you said was very good.
It actually does sound very good, and I'm gifting it to Felipe.
And
Isn't
some
that like
people,
a live radio recording?
Some people get annoyed that
I'll go get it.
He moans a little.
Thanks for rubbing it in, Mike. Yes, I have a bad copy of a record. It's a shock.
Can you bring up Mark Lassman's comment, please? Exactly.
Yeah,
Modern jazz.
It came from Louis Armstrong before him.
Modern jazz, it's Bird. I don't care what you say. If you don't have any Bird, if anybody doesn't have a Charlie Parker record in their collection and they call themselves a jazz fan, fuck you in your ass.
Oh wow, that's very toxic.
Are we tying another one on tonight, man?
Wow.
Some martinis.
You don't have a Fletcher Henderson 78.
This one is on ESPN.
I haven't had a
don't have
drink.
a
I'm drinking water. I'm drinking water. I'm on the January dry thing, whatever you call it.
Louis, if we stay with Mazzy and us, we might not be safe from these.
This sounds really good. If you're going to get a Bud Powell, this one sounds good.
Alex Modric, are you here?
All right, so
no.
Do we have a gummy counter on Brandon?
I have had one gummy. Oh wait, somebody asked me, well, is anybody drinking wine besides me? Because I'm drinking some sweet berry wine, bro.
I'm drinking water.
Where's the box, Chris, that you're using?
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. Loki asked, but he already went to sleep, so I'm drinking this. It's it's really good. It's from Austin Hope. I like their more expensive bottles. This is like $30.
How would you compare that to Boone's Farm Strawberry?
Oh, dude, it's way better than Boone's Farms.
So,
I drank a fuck ton of Boone's Farms back in the day.
So Mazzy just brought up these two, right? Or one of the two, right?
Okay.
Same music, either way. Yeah.
These are the ones. This is the shit.
Oh, I like that record.
Bud Powell.
Yeah.
These are the two records you get.
I have a I think I have. Didn't Music Matters Jazz do that?
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, didn't tell them about it.
Well, that one right there was
did them first.
Hey, Brandon,
if you want good Bud Powell, get these two records.
Did Scorpio press any of those records?
Yes, they pressed them both, probably.
I think they pressed them on their butt.
I like that Billy now has his sort of 1965 Beatle haircut period. You know,
I've always had this, Mazzy.
He's going for that, but it was a little. It seemed to be a little shorter.
No, I'm going back to my early aughts. You know,
this
Billy's
is like
the best Bud Powell. Just
this is the Beatles from hell.
You want good Bud Powell? Get this one.
Do you like emo music, Billy?
No.
No, damn it.
I like Modest Mouse. Does that count?
That counts.
I
don't think Modest Mouse is emo. I think
come on, let's not go there. Let's go there.
Let's have an hour of emo.
So I'm going to show my three records.
I got some records. Could contribute possibly.
I'm going to show my three records and I'll be done. Okay.
No,
I doubt that highly.
No one believes that.
No, I want to be high when I doubt it. That's what I meant.
Okay, so I got this.
Go, Brandon.
This is really cool.
I thought that was a new Peter Gabriel album.
Would you just? No one's getting your jugs, Mazzy. Shush.
Well, look at that cover. Peter ripped that off. Then.
Yeah, that's the
For sure.
It doesn't look anything like so, dude.
No,
not
it's
the
new
album.
His new record.
That was new.
No, does it look like? It actually looks kind of like a Kate Bush from the '80s.
Well,
it kind of does. So what's with the story with this record?
Well, I don't even. Let's go to a different record because Mazzy ruined it.
Yes.
Why are you always mean to Mazzy? We have to address this.
Mazzy ruined it.
Who's being in the mess?
There you go.
Don't be mean to
Hold it up
Mazzy.
again, Brandon.
Put that in my stack, please.
Well, let's compare. Hang on. Let's compare.
Hold that record up again, Brandon. The last one.
Yeah. Last
What?
one. Let's see it. The last one. Let's
You know
see
what
it.
it
Will you
looks more
split?
like? It actually kind of reminds me of that Ryuichi Sakamoto.
Sakamoto? Yeah.
No.
Can we do a split? No, it's not exactly, but look at that.
Hey,
He did rip it off.
Come on, dude.
He ripped
here's
it off.
my-
Oh,
when my record comes out, it's going to be like this. Can you make me big?
yes.
All right, never mind.
Now, Brandon, when you do portraits, do you ever have your models
So
posed like
emo,
that?
Rob.
So when I'm doing portraits, I usually call Mazzy and say, like, what should I do, dude? What should I do?
I thought he retired.
How should I do my hands?
I am retired. I mean, I'm pretty much. I could have been your. What's Peter Green? Not Peter Green. What's the guy that managed Led Zeppelin?
You could have been my PR guy.
He's
You
speechless.
could have been his Francis Wolff to his. I'm sorry, his Reed Miles to his Francis
Brandon,
Wolff.
I made careers in photography.
Yeah, Mazzy's more like W.C.
You know,
Fields.
I don't doubt it.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right,
See,
what are we
someone's going
doing?
to take
Brandon,
that
show them this?
seriously and not get,
I believe it.
Can you tell us about the record with the hand on the face thing, please?
Okay, so this is you guys know Taro Masahino.
Yes.
He was a sax, a trumpet and flugelhorn, cornet, occasionally cornet, but mostly trumpet and flugelhorn player.
He was a Japanese Chuck Mangione.
No, he was more like that's not right.
I know,
This
and
would be- he's way, and I like Chuck Mangione, but this is like his shush.
The
This
gummies
is
kicking
kind of
in.
like his. This is kind of like his In a Silent Way. You know how everyone did a Miles record after In a Silent Way? Everyone kind of had to do their Miles thing.
yeah.
Eddie Hubbard did it. Everybody
Was Freddie
did their
Hubbard's
whole-
Black Angel? Was that Black Angel?
sort of. But you know what I mean? Like everyone was trying to do the fusion thing, and this is Taro Masahino's. This is in '76, and this
This is in
kind of like-
'76 too, and it's also very silent. I had the same exact thoughts today, and it's Haino, Kikuchi, Grossman, who played on the Electric Miles, Liebman as well, Foster, and Mtume.
Billy, what are you
Sorry.
doing, man?
I'm adding to you.
I was talking, man.
Oh, man.
76. I just had it right here. What are the odds? What are the odds?
Hey, Brandon, did the gummy just kick in? Because you're starting to get gummy, Brandon.
Oh, probably.
Brandon, go
I don't
on.
even remember last week.
So this is that Dave Liebman timeless record I recently got, and
Oh,
Taro
no, we're back to
Masahino's on this.
timeless?
John Schofield's on this too, with
That's cool.
Ron McClure and Adam Nussbaum.
Mm.
So
Sounds
yeah,
like
so
a
they're playing.
Jewish mitzvah.
Mhm.
Right.
Who put that record out, Brandon?
Yeah.
Oh, Flying Disc, which is a Japanese company.
Right, and those ended up as like inner city in America sometimes, right? Or no?
I think they did.
Yeah.
Irv Kratka licensed that for Inner City for a while. Some of that stuff. I don't know about that one, but yeah.
All right, Brandon,
Anyway.
let's pick it up. Come on, let's keep going. What do we got?
It's okay. So the side one is awesome. Side two has what Rob would call like, you know,
Okay.
What
like,
is that?
Rob,
You
what
mean
would you
it
call
doesn't
it?
have singing, but there's chanting.
All right, Brandon's
It
done
has-
showing records.
Side
You're
two
done.
has some vocals, which I totally dig. Like I can totally get into, but most of the record is
All right, we're going to Louis. Brandon's
Okay, hold
finished
on.
Well,
showing.
no, Brandon has another kick-ass record.
All right.
I have
well,
a bunch of kick-ass records.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we're
right,
going to
well,
Louis
wait.
now. Brandon,
Louis, show
Brandon
the
has forfeited his time.
Forfeited.
Am I?
Louis is
am
like
I
that kid, that quiet kid in the class, and no one's paying attention to him.
Yeah, Louis, what's going
I'll
on?
play with you after school, Louis.
We'll go back
All
to
right.
Brandon.
I figured out how I'm going to start this Blue Note collection.
All right. So
All right,
do you?
so what does that mean?
So
TBD.
So I'm
getting a drink then.
I'm into Art Blakey. And so between him and Grant Green, I'm going to start with Art Blakey. And I'm going to, so he's got 12 titles in the 4000 series, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to start there, and I'm going to start with, I can't decide. I have, the only one I have that's of any value other than, because I have a bunch of reissues. And those are fine. And those are great to listen to, of course. But like, if I really care enough to get the originals, this is the only one that's of any value that I have that I got from Rob.
That's the best Blakey period.
Moaning.
It's awesome. It's awesome, but it's not an OG. It's 1971.
Yeah, but Louis using his original stereo plates, so it's,
yeah.
It would
What's the label? What's the label on the record look like?
It's
Scorpio.
It's when they went back. It's United Artists Blue Label. I mean, the
you know what's cool is when you
Park Avenue. I can read
is
it.
when you watch like the old, because I always wondered who's like at the beginning of Night in Tunisia, who's playing what, right? Like who's playing the claves and who's playing, and then you realize that it's Lee Morgan playing the claves and like Wayne Shorter playing.
Oh,
I forget, but they're like, because at the beginning of the song you hear that like cat 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 cat, and you're always like, who's playing that shit? You know, and then they put it down and they put on their horns, you know.
Is Louis going to show records?
I can show records, but so I really like everything that I've heard from Art Blakey and the Jazz Messenger so far. But of the 4000 series, of those 12 titles, if I'm gonna track down an OG, which one should I start with?
Hey, Louis.
You know, the one everybody says is 4003.
A Night in Tunisia.
Not in Tunisia.
Moaning is 4003, right?
Yeah.
Moaning.
Hey, Louis, what
Free for all.
here's a little jazz primer, a music primer. What does Art Blakey, Miles Davis, and John Mayall have in common?
I don't know.
They're
Same
probably
L's in their name.
They're probably the three best talent scouts in music. Think of all the great musicians that came through their group. Seriously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's only if you think Eric Clapton's any good.
So right off the bat,
Peter Green, and there's like, okay,
all right. So you're gonna get some Blakeys, but you gotta
Peter Green's awesome.
Be diverse. So
dude, you should if you're gonna get OG, you should get something like Strata East, something cool. Fuck Blakey, dude. Like, get the reissues of Blakey.
You know what you should do? You should join the Jazz Bums Discord and go to the Discogs eBay channel and watch there, because you can find we basically post.
Louis
you just don't know it's me.
Yeah. The Jazz Bums have a powerhouse now.
You know, I'm not at liberty to say.
Me and Louis share only.
Yeah, you would. It's funny because I think Chris guessed right away or something, but no one else seems to notice.
Just for your information, my first drink of the night, so I would get wired without.
What happened to Dry January 5 seconds ago?
Why do you feel the need to defend that you have one drink a night?
Because I get the blowback from the world.
What is it?
Most of us are high up here every Friday night.
Everybody just keep it cool.
You know, and when you're high, aren't you supposed to be chilled out instead of?
I don't get high. That's the thing. I'm not into the drug scene. So
who is not being nice?
The drug scene. You know, marijuana, the drugs.
All right,
it is the drug scene. Oh, that's a good one.
It's just these are reissues, right?
Yeah, of course, but it's great.
Get up today. This is fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knows that it's great. I don't need to show it. This is also probably
that's the best.
This is awesome. Brandon recommended this, and so
I love that record. That's a good. Yeah.
That was my best find last year.
Wow. Original, probably. Yeah, of course.
Stereo, yeah.
This is weird.
You didn't like that? I like that.
Oh, I didn't say I didn't like it. It's weird.
It's great. If you don't like it, I'll buy it from you.
No, I do like it.
What other Grant Greens are you looking to get, Louis? You mentioned him earlier.
All of them.
You play guitar, right?
Yeah, not like fucking him.
Is that the Grant Green?
I love this is the Grant Green, and I love what they did with the
you need to get a
and the Third Man records. So they use the Third Man yellow.
Louis, you need to get a Gibson 135.
Yeah,
1958.
Yeah, I like that too, Louis. It is cool.
Get a single pickup 135 and you'll sound exactly like him.
No, I don't think that's how it works. But this is really well done. Like the printing on the front is like all the printing is kick ass. This is like a little bit.
That's the only one I don't have from the Third Man series. I need to pick that up.
Yours is going to get warped though, right?
Well, I have a flattener that costs $2 million, so I can flatten it. I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, I need to.
I got the electric bird and it sounded like shit. So
That's weird. That sounds great.
And I got what else? Pick this up. This I don't. This is the first Grant Green record. I like it, but it's not. He's starting to get super funky and weird. This is 1970, right?
I don't have that one.
Like that.
When we see each other, you should bring that. I want to listen to it.
Okay, I got to listen to it again. I only listened to it.
You need to get the streets of what's it called? You know, the Grant Green.
Iron Street.
I'll put my address in the private chat.
Well, yeah. So Louis, just to tell you about that Mozambique. There's a Houston Pearson live record at Club Mozambique with most of those guys. Sounds very similar.
Mhm.
Rob,
You know what you need though? Live at Mozambique, you need the other.
Rob, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You always say Houston Pearson. Is it Houston Person?
It's Person, bro. It's Person.
Is
What-
it Pearson?
you know
I thought it
what?
was
I grew up
Pearson.
in the Pearson world, not in the
I did
Pearson.
too. I thought it
You're
was
obsessed with Pearson, right?
It's not
I thought it was
Pearson.
Pearson.
It's
Isn't
Person.
it Person?
It's Person, dude. It's
I think it's
spelled Person.
pronounced- I think it's
He's
House.
playing a jazz cruise next
Not
week
fucking
with Kenny
Houston,
Mabern.
dude.
I thought it was Pearson.
No, isn't it
General
House?
Zod. Fucking General Zod enters the
It's
chat with
Houston.
Houston.
Like,
Where
Like,
is
is
Houston?
okay, isn't it Jimmy Page? Or is it Jimmy
Yeah,
Page?
shit. All right, back to Louis.
It's Page.
Camus, not Camus.
It's Norman Miserable Law.
Wait. When did you pick that up, Louis?
Today.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
Where at? Was that the other one that was at the place in Denton?
I
Yeah,
love
they
that
had some new
cover.
stuff.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
that cover.
This is weird as hell.
Blue
I
I
Capital.
love that.
It's
That's gonna be
Affinity.
Oh,
That's going to be a
Finity's
thumbs
cool.
up.
That's a
Oh,
UK.
okay, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
$5.
UK pressing.
I
Good
I
one.
got the Jimmy Jeffrey 3, right? The music for mosquitoes, birds, and people.
Yeah,
That's why I picked this up.
Mazzy,
That
did
was-
you like
that's a
that?
quartet, right? On
How
that?
about you posted it?
Did I like what?
The Jimmy Jufrey, the new reissue.
Oh, I fucking
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah, I told you to get it. Why didn't you give me
Yes, it
credit?
is
Okay.
quartet.
Yeah,
Is
you're
Bob Brookmeyer on
you're
that?
welcome,
Come on.
Mazzy.
You
Hang on
got
a
him.
second.
You know, okay, you're new here, Rob. You know,
I'm new. I've been here for 3 years, Mazzy.
you're new here in the record buying
What do we got?
world.
I can't see.
Wait till you hit your 50th year of
I
record
can't see
buying.
that.
Okay?
You have to take it out of the plastic, bro.
Who's on it, man?
Mazzy,
Sorry.
I've been buying music for 50 years, okay? Calm
Music,
down.
that's the key word. Yeah, I know. Okay.
It's tiny.
All right, Louis, we
You'll
can't see
probably take
anything.
the
Okay,
train
sorry, bro,
wheels
jeez.
off,
Hey, Rob, Mazzy, shut up.
I'm not
Talking.
talking.
What about a record he's showing? Whoever's talking, shut up.
Sorry. I apologize, Louis.
Thank you.
The stream's coming down.
Go ahead,
Stream
Louis.
is coming down.
You can do a metal minute now.
All right,
It's how do you say his last name?
Jeffrey.
Jufrey.
I always
Jimmy
say
Jufrey.
Jeffrey because that's like the most neutral.
Jack Sheldon, Ralph. Jack
I've
Sheldon
heard
on
people
trumpet.
say as
Mhm.
far as like Joffrey.
Ralph Pena on bass. Artie Anton on
Enya.
drums.
All right, cool. Thank you.
How dare you?
Yeah, that's the first. How dare you? That's how you know it's kicking in.
Everybody
Louis,
watching later, leave your thoughts on everything in the description below. We'll read them. Hey,
What else?
dogs are barking.
This Chick Corea was $5, so I picked it up.
That
all day.
that's my
Korea kicks ass.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
I buy
that
every
is
time I
my
see it.
first, aside from Bitches Brew, that's my very first jazz album. Richard, I
Thank
love
God.
that.
it might be that one.
Can you tell
I
us
do
a
wanna-
story about
Hold on,
that?
I do want to go back to this. So,
It's in one of his journals. It's you gotta go.
Red-
love
There
that.
is. Did you make out with someone because of
I've-
that record?
I mean, it was Flora and Airto on that, and Stanley Clark. What a great record!
They had
that
just gotten out of jail, and I saw them at the Keystone.
is. No, it's at the Zellerbach, but that's okay. Hey, what I love that you guys remember that shit.
I
though.
do. I follow you.
It's kind of like I know why the cage bird sings. I read when Maya Angelou was prostituting, hookering. So you remember that shit.
I didn't know that part.
It sounds like Mazzy's on his second drink.
Oh,
No, this is my
Brandon.
first.
Possibly third.
all right. Well, I'm on
We'll kick
again.
it back to Brandon.
I'm gonna pick this one.
Okay.
This is Mr. Billy Higgins.
That's right.
What happened to his arm? Did he get
1985.
amputated?
This is on Reza Records.
It's in the void. It's part
You're
of the.
new to looking at album covers, Mazzy.
That's
Let
a
me
creepy
tell you.
record.
photograph. A creepy
Nazzy,
prop.
look at the cover.
All right, get me
I'm
dizzy.
not the stoned one.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever.
All right, come on. Just show your damn.
I have
records,
enough
man.
experience to know that alcohol can make you just as weird
Oh
as,
my gosh.
as weed.
Now that is that a private pressing or just a small label?
Japanese.
Is there a difference? I mean, it's a pretty small pressing and it's private label. So
It looks like a Japanese, like from far away, like that square.
So what? So when did you get that, Brandon?
a friend. So actually, I actually have friends. It's true. And they're always like, hey,
Brandon,
dude,
I trusted. I kicked it back to you to show records. I trusted you could do it in a fun,
And you fucked it up.
fast way, and you are just in a void.
you had
right
a
now.
chance to
Hurtful.
be a cop and you blew it.
Hashtag hurt.
Show some
Mike-
damn records
Mike,
and tell us why they're
I
cool.
see now. I'm sorry that I
Have you
missed the
guys,
first hour.
have you
but
guys ever seen Copland? It's one of the best movies.
Yeah.
It is.
Tom
Yeah.
Hanks.
Copland, and then when De Niro does like his line, remember, and like Keitel's like the super corrupt cop, and De Niro's like he's like the good cop, the good NYC cop, and he's like, you had a chance to be a cop and you blew it.
Yeah.
And then he
But
said,
wait, but there's one fake. That movie's very authentic, except for the sandwich that De Niro's eating in that scene.
Oh
There's
my
like one little spare
Really?
piece of meat in between the bread. A New York sandwich is like that big with meat.
oh, come on.
I have a question for Louis. It's relevant to Nicole's
Okay, so-
comment. Hang on, it's relevant to Nicole's comment.
Mhm.
What about Coke Zero versus Diet Coke?
Well, Coke
Why would
Zero,
anybody drink either of those?
Because they're good.
No, because they
Zero.
suck.
I'll let Brandon
No.
take this
Oh
one.
no.
No, it's not your question, Brandon.
It's refreshing that I'm not the most annoying person on the stream tonight.
Tied
No.
for first.
If you're gonna drink Coke, drink Coke with
Coke's
sugar.
gross. It's too fucking sweet.
No, you
A
drink
Coke-
Mexican Coke.
A Coke
It's
is like
real Coke.
a double
You
cheeseburger.
drink Mexican
Oh.
Coke. You drink Mexican RC. You drink cane sugar Coke.
You should write a book on how to
Rumor
live.
is coming out. Yes.
Hey, Brendan, can you get Mexican Coke up here in
It's Brandon,
Seattle?
Mazzy.
Yes,
Brand-
of course you can.
Brandon. I don't know. I'm used
They
to it
stock
in
it
the Bay Area.
at Costco.
Are you in?
Can you-
Like,
Coke
are you
Zero has
insane?
I don't drink
Coke
Coke.
tastes
I
too
don't-
much like
You can get
regular
Mexican
Coke.
Coke
Yeah.
anywhere in America.
Diet
Okay,
Coke
I-
has that good
I
chemical
drink
flavor
one
that I
Coke
like.
every 5
Yeah, it
years, so I know it was a big deal in San Francisco.
I actually ended up accidentally opened two. That's a drinking problem.
I
It'll
didn't
be
know.
I
okay.
drink one Mexican
Okay.
Coke every day.
I did not
Because-
know this. I'm
I
sorry.
agree, Tom.
Okay, what are the comments?
They're saying show some fucking records.
Whatever, man. I can talk about whatever the
Okay,
fuck I
here we
want. It's my channel. Fuck Tom.
That's a
Why
creepy.
Love
doesn't
you,
Tom show some
Love you,
fucking-
Tom. I love you, Tom. I'm just kidding. Thank
How
you.
Now,
are
as
we
a,
gonna do another
photographer,
hour and a half?
Brandon, do
I
you
have
like
some
that
thought
cover?
wax. I got it.
Okay, Mazzy's gonna ask me some photography questions.
No, as a photographer, do you like that cover? I do not. I don't like the cropping of
one?
that. That.
Oh,
that-
this?
Yeah.
What
I'm just.
are you
curious.
asking me if I would do something like this?
No. Do you like the results? Do you like that?
No, but it's
That's all-
from
okay.
1985, and
It looks a little creepy to me.
It does look a little creepy. I agree.
it's not
Okay.
even photography at this point. It's like this is design stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. I get it.
What about the who has the record with Dracula on the cover? I still want that. What's that?
If you're
that
asking me if I
Riverside?
would have done that cover, hell no.
I have
Yeah,
it
but
right
you,
here.
the art director, you
Dracula,
wouldn't have
the
any
vintage record?
say what the art director
Huh?
does.
Actually,
What's the vampire
Well,
record?
because
Billy Joe
this-
Jones, the vampire
yeah.
record. I want
I
I
that.
have
think
it
this
right
is
here.
a really
Of the
cool
Japanese.
cover.
That is a cool.
Apparently-
cover.
I like that cover. Yeah, I like that cover.
Oh, that's
I
great.
like
Yeah,
that.
that's great.
I
Love
think
that.
this is a really cool cover for
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
1970,
Can
whatever.
you put that away, please?
Brandon,
Okay.
I agree.
So,
Giving away the plot, Brandon.
Mazzy, do you want me to find my favorite record covers?
Yes, I want to see that. That'd be badass because you talk about covers all the time. That'd be cool.
Actually, this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think this is one of the greatest photographs in
like
jazz ever.
Yeah,
Is that a
that's great.
Francis Wolff? Probably. Yeah.
It's a Francis Wolff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's with his
4009.
Rolleiflex, and that's Bud and his son.
What is the title? Is that volume 3?
That's just the amazing. The scene changes is what it's called.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
And
they need to
This,
reprint
to me,
that.
this is the best Bud Powell. So
I would like to hear that. I
You
love
know.
Bud Powell, man.
And because you know why? Because it's probably the least beboppy. It's probably the most ballady,
Well,
slow. But
Brandon,
he does plenty of he plays pretty fast in
what
certain
year
areas,
is that?
but
What
he
year
does a
is
lot
that?
of ballads in this.
What year is that? I have that, but what year is that? Is that 60 or 58?
I think this is like 59. This is like a slightly later one. So
Why
like
is that called The Amazing Bud Powell? And this is called The Amazing Bud Powell.
That was
There's
his nickname.
volumes.
The Amazing.
There's
Because that
volumes
was
to
his
it.
monicure.
Yeah, this is my sure. Then they
I
stopped
think the
doing
first.
that
I
at one
think
point.
the ones in the 57 58s, the Lexington ones, were from 10 inches, and this is like the first one where
Got it.
where they did it for
I
recording.
didn't know that. Thank you. I'm learning. I learned from you, Jazz Bums.
And
You
then
don't learn from me.
Mason.
You can ridicule me.
I learned it from watching you, Jazz.
And I will
Learn
continue
from
to
my
ridicule
I mean, you
Rob.
know, the tragic story is like he was drinking himself to death, and
But
then
didn't
he went to
didn't he have
went
mental?
to Europe, and he kind of like sobered up.
Yeah.
And then he came back for a show.
Got fired, right? Like played terribly or something.
No, actually,
The
he
opposite.
came back for a show, and I think Dexter Gordon did a show too. And the first shows were like really good, right? Like he did a couple shows that were like fantastic, and they were like,
Were they in
Bud
the
Powell's
U.S. or was
back
he in
and blah
Europe?
blah blah. And
Is he
then
in
he
Europe
did
or
a
the U.S.?
and then he did a show a couple weeks later, and they were like, he's terrible. You know, it's like,
Oh, right. And then
like,
he left.
no, he didn't leave. They panned him, and I don't think he even left. I think he just went into like depression. Like he was like, he got so affected by it, and I don't think he went back to Europe. I think he actually stayed in New York, and
Wasn't he under psychiatric care? I thought that's what it
I
said.
think what happened was he just drank himself to death at that point, after those shows, and that was it. And there was like, because I remember watching a show, and there was people like, we tried to talk to him, and he was just like, it was like his mind was in a completely different space or something like that. And it was very weird, but you can kind of understand it. Like he'd been the greatest. Some people are very affected by how people react to your performances. So
Well, he was a groundbreaker. I mean, one of the original bebop guys,
yeah. And not to bring anybody down, but like,
Well, you did a good job of it. Thanks a lot, Brandon.
He was an emotional person, and a lot of artists were emotional, and apparently
Is there a good like a good biography or a documentary on Bud?
I don't know. The movie Round Midnight is kind of based loosely on Lester Young, Bud Powell. And then Dexter Gordon plays the main character.
Yeah.
So it's sort of based on Dexter Gordon too, but he's really based. It was written about Bud Powell and Lester Young because they had moved to France like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years before Dexter had.
I haven't seen that movie, but I've seen the making of that movie.
It's a really good movie.
I need to see it.
It's
You've seen the making of it, but not the movie.
I forget. I was on some streaming platform. It could have been like PBS or something. And it
Has
was like,
anyone watched the making of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
I was like, I'll
Nest?
watch this.
No, but
It's almost as
Bernard-
good as Cuckoo's Nest.
Bernard Tavernier is a really good. I can't remember if he's Belgian or French. but he's a really good director.
He passed away last. He passed
made
away
like
last
7
year.
really good movies, so it's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
it's not like he was a crappy director that made this like movie about an American.
No.
Yeah,
jazz
he's right.
Felipe, what's the good Bud Powell documentary if you can hear us? Or a biography.
You're snoring. Is that Felipe?
Felipe's tired of this shit.
So Billy, what
I have a lot of thought-provoking, intriguing. Are you? You're not done though, Brandon, are you?
Did I start?
Oh, that's good.
Oh God damn it, Billy! We almost were able to transition.
I'm trying to be a
Did
gentleman.
I show this? Did I show you guys this one yet? This record kicks butt.
You did
Yeah.
show it.
Yeah, you showed it.
I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Then
Well, what year did that come out?
like 74, I think.
So
It's
how
hard to
long,
get.
how long did Fontana go for?
How long did Fontana go for? That's a
Yeah,
question for Felipe, maybe. I mean, Fontana, like, I don't know, 66 to or 65 to.
Well, Fontana did rock records like they did. Wayne Fontana and the Mindbenders were actually on Fontana.
Joe Montana
Right.
was a quarterback.
I'm
The
jumping in.
silence
I have some killers to show.
Well, could you tell us all the making of?
Somebody,
I bet you Mazzy
somebody
has
needs
some
to somebody
Fontana
needs to take control of the
sheets.
stream. Okay.
Mazzy probably has
Yeah.
some Fontana sheets from the.
Hey,
early-
wait
Actually-
till wait till the making of the stream comes out. Mike will watch it.
All right, I got some big titles for the collection. 2 big
Rob,
titles
would
in
you say-
particular.
Quick
Some other
film
little
interjection. Would you say Burden of Dreams is better than Agira or vice versa?
Agira, Wrath of God.
Well, Burden of Dreams is the making of it by Lance Bangs.
I think Burn of Dreams is better.
Actually, the making of it is better because
Yeah.
Exactly.
the fights between
yeah, it's so good.
Warner Herzog and
Trying to
what's his
pull the
name?
boat over the hill
Yeah,
and shit.
getting the
Like,
ship over the mountain. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Mick Jagger
documentary is
stuff.
better.
Like, yeah,
that,
documentary
that's the one example.
That making of the documentary is so.
Are we
much
talking
better.
about weird Euro movies now?
No,
That's
it was a. I mean, the relationship between Warner Herzog and what's his face,
Klaus Kinski.
Klaus
Kinski is
My Best Fiend.
yeah.
Well, there was a point where like the natives were like, "Do you want us to kill him? Because we'll kill him. We'll kill that motherfucker. Like we will kill him."
Well, that's like the documentary to Apocalypse Now. Have you ever seen
Right.
that his wife did? Coppola's wife did.
Talk about a drunk, crazy person. That's Klaus Kinski.
Mm.
Maybe
His daughter
first or
was so
second
hot
tier.
though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mono.
Well, show some records, Billy, and don't ask.
No. It's Mike's turn.
Hey,
don't do
Billy,
that.
what are you asking for that Sonny Chris on the wall?
200. And what about Hearts of Darkness, the making of Apocalypse?
No,
Now?
but is it a
what I just
green
said.
or a blue?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I forgot the
that
name of
better
it.
be a blue. That
That
better be
was
a blue
Eleanor
Trident.
Coppola directed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
I
want
didn't
for
know
that?
Many other
anything.
examples.
What
You
do
don't
want
have to
for that Visitors?
apologize for supporting continuing the conversation, Billy. So it's okay. Okay, Mike. Let's go to Mike. I can
Let's go,
see
Mike.
he's.
Well,
It's,
okay, all right.
Oh, some CDs.
Here we go. All right, I got some stuff I got to run through. So I'm going to start with Cheap Heat, which I was surprised this was Cheap Heat. It was even cheaper than what it goes for, so I just picked it up because it was like it's like $12 or something. But this is an original pressing, stereo on Riverside, Wes Montgomery. So I've been getting into him more and more. And I right now I'm trying to get his records where it doesn't feature an organ player. I will probably look at those as well. But this has James Clay on it on tenor, so that's killer. And then
There he is
Victor
again.
Feldman vibes, Sam Jones, and Louis Hayes. So this, for whatever reason, like there's a bunch of copies of this on eBay for like less than $40, like original copies. And it's a Wes Montgomery, and some of his stuff on Riverside is really expensive. But I guess it's because people don't know who James Clay is. But James Clay is like a killer.
I just showed a record with James Clay.
Yeah. So I mean, definitely worth giving this a stream. I mean, this is a killer old school Wes Montgomery hard bop record. And it's this is Deep Groove on the Black Riverside
But
label.
Mike,
Again,
$40
like after shipping, this
Hold
was
on.
like less than $20.
$40 is not Cheap Heat. Cheap Heat's under $10 for a record.
Well, whatever.
$10.
For this quality, like the fact that this is that cheap is insane. So like
Then you got a really good record for really good.
so
price.
Okay, so that's one. But that record generally is not expensive. Okay.
Listen, Paul, only Mark Glassman, and I'm ready to murder him, can make Sonny
Next one I
Mark.
got. So on the Jazz Bums Discord, we have the channel that is Discogs and eBay. WCB Jazz Vinyl posted this. It was like listed for like $6. This is a Riverside Milt Jackson invitation. This has been reissued a few times. This, I believe, is like the original mono. And it was listed, it was listed for like $6, like after shipping, it was like $12.07 or something. So I was like, all right, I'll just get this. It's a good record. MoFi actually reissued this. There's like an early, I think it's an early 2000s MoFi. But it's great. And like, again, this is not an expensive record. Like, yes, $6 was insanely expensive for it, but that's, you could get this for like $20 easy. Riverside Milt Jackson. It has Kenny Dorm on trumpet and Jimmy Heath on tenor sax. I mean, so just pick it up. I mean, really good, really cheap. Okay, now we're going to get into some of the higher priced items. This was another one that was recommended by Fluffy Records. And Fluffy Records has a channel. It's Brian's channel, and everyone should sub up to him. But he's on the Discord as well. And this is Jackie McLean New Jazz Making the Changes. And it's on the first pressing purple label with the deep groove. And this is generally like a crazy, like hundreds of dollar record. This came up for, a price I felt comfortable with. It has, so there's, I took a risk on it. It looks pretty clean, but like there are like all these little tiny hairlines, and it does play with noise. And generally, I would say if you're going to sit and do focused listening, you're not going to be able to, it will not be a good experience, but it plays well. Like just putting it on and like walking around the house or something, like it's fine. And it sounds like, it's a shame because like the fidelity of this pressing sounds incredible. All these early New Jazz purple labels, I have 2 of them now, and they both sound phenomenal. So I got that. And the lineup on this is, there's 2 lineups. So Jackie McLean, Curtis Fuller, Webster Young, trumpet, Gil Coggins, piano, Paul Chambers, Lewis Hayes. And then the other lineup is a quartet with Mal Waldron, Arthur Phipps, bass, and Art Taylor, drums. And they do 6 songs. But, even, for what this is, I think it's still a fair price. So I'm going to hold on to it. And, and now the next one is really big for me. And this is not a first pressing, but it's another New Jazz. And this is big time. This is Mal Waldron, The Quest.
What?
This came up for a good price, a real good price. Like not cheap,
not as good as the price Record Safari sold it for today.
Double that price, double what they sold it for.
What did they
but
sell
then
for?
with taxes and shipping on top of that, so it wasn't
$40.
Oh, that's a blue label.
But anyway, but it is a third. This is the one that Record Safari had, same one.
Yeah.
So it was a blue label, blue tried. Sorry.
Mono, right?
Man, is this a good record? And it's, if I sold it, I would probably call it, I mean, it plays really nice. There's like a little bit of noise on the run in, but like it goes away. And I mean, it is a really nice listen. I know that next week there's going to be an announcement that this will be reissued because that's just how it goes, but I'll just keep this because it sounds fantastic. So I'm really happy to get this. And just to tell you guys the lineup, which is sick, is Mal Waldron piano, Eric Dolphy alto and clarinet, Booker Irvin tenor, Ron Carter cello. I think this was an early Ron Carter. I don't know if it was first. I don't think it was, but Joe Benjamin bass, who I'm not too familiar with, and then Charlie Persip drums. But what a beautiful, like it's beautiful is not the right word, but it's like it's the typical like what I think of Eric Dolphy in that way that it's different than everybody else, but still pulls you in and it's enjoyable. Like it's a really fun experience. So this is lives up to the hype. So I'm sure they're going to reissue this. I think a lot of people have predicted that they're going to. Maybe they do OJC, maybe they do the small batch, but this should. I mean, this is definitely on Craft's radar, I would imagine. So.
Aren't they announcing a small batch next week? Isn't there one?
This will never be small batch.
Are you fucking? So it's probably going to be the Quest. What do you got there, Brandon? Which one is that?
Tuesday.
If it's the Quest,
it won't be the Quest. I don't think they're.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Hey,
no?
Can we start wagering what we think it's going to be?
What do you guys think it's going to be?
Bill Evans.
Is it have to
according-
be adjusted?
There
For
is
the Rev
there
Rock
is-
and Roll, it'll be automatic for the people of REM.
You see, that's the real deal, Brandon. Yeah.
There is one track that has
How dare you, Felipe?
there is one track on here that has a tick.
Wait,
Just-
isn't Mazzy on Kraft's payroll? Tell us what it is, Mazzy.
I don't know. I'm not on anybody's payroll. I don't know
Okay,
about
I have my copy of the Quest right here, and I'm not joking. This is the
It's a
twofer.
twofer?
Are you pissing on my copy? Are you pissing?
You're
on
not
my
joking.
Yeah.
Thank you, President Biden.
Okay. Rob, is that Van Gelder stamped?
Yeah, it might be.
Is
Let
it
me see.
mono? If it's mono, it might be. Actually, that's not the case. So the Quest, I won't pull it up, but the Quest, the
Not Van
original
Gelder.
pressings with the original cover were all mono, and then they switched the cover, and then they have a stereo mix of it or whatever, and they put that out. And the OJC, when OJC reissued it, they used the stereo mix with the original cover. So I feel like if they were to reissue it, what would be different from the copy I have is they probably use a stereo tape rather than fold it down. What do you got there?
So I have this is
Wait, hold on.
my
Billy,
copy.
what are you
I
showing?
got a really good deal.
What was that, Billy? You're muted.
Unmute yourself,
Muted.
Billy.
That was a coded message to Alex, who's watching now. Sorry, that was I
Okay.
interrupted.
All right. Okay.
Oh, meet him in the ladies' room. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know why Chris left. All right, I have a couple more to show. Brandon, are you showing something?
Well, no, I was gonna. I thought you asked. So I have this copy. It's almost perfect, except track 2 on side 1 is kind of jacked and has like ticks that go all the way through it. So I got a really good deal on it, but track 2 has through half of the record,
Okay.
through half of the song.
Okay. All right.
But
Well, if they reissued it,
still
would you buy it
awesome.
then?
Because this is the OG, baby.
So it's a DAP copy.
Yeah. No, it,
Does affect
it's a DAP.
Wait, what's DAP? I want to know.
does
DNAP.
affect
Sound effect play.
does
Oh,
affect
right, yeah. If this was on a Discog, they'd be like, yes, huge scratch, DAP.
Felipe has the best acronym humor in the bunch. Go do
Yeah.
some more, Felipe.
All right, hold on. Let me finish up here. So this is another Prestige that came up for a ridiculously good price. It generally is more than what I paid, a lot more than what I, not a lot more, but I got this for like, I think it came up for like $14 or something.
Hey, let's
This is
talk more
Jackie Byard with Joe Farrell, George Tucker, Alan Dawson. And I was like, I streamed it and I was like, well, you know, it's live. It's a live set. I was listening to it and I was like, okay, I guess, you know, for the price, I'll get it. This thing is like, they are blowing, like, I don't know, like there's so much energy on this title, even like every song, even the slower songs, like there's a huge, like attack mode style on this. Like, and you can even hear them, like you can hear Jackie, like he starts like singing some lyrics here and there just because like, he's just like having a good time. So this is killer. And this is not an expensive record either. And this is the Prestige Blue Label, this is the first pressing, but
Can you
this
hold
is
that up
really
closer
good.
to the screen? That picture.
Don't disrespect Jackie.
It never gets old.
So anyway, so yeah,
Miles
so it's
Miles Davis did not like Jackie Byard.
well, this album
But
is excellent.
I think he's awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
You didn't like
Two
Steve
more really
Earle.
quick. This next one, I won't go into much. I've been showing for a while, so I'll try to go through it quick. But this one, I just wanted to get in my. Well, I wanted it because it's a great record, but it's a Arista Freedom, and for Arista Freedom prices, this is like the most expensive one. They did reissue this on 33. On 45, double 45 that you can get that I heard is very good. This is the second pressing. The first is on Julius Hemphill's private label, and there was only 500 copies pressed apparently. And Joe from Analog Archive actually has one of those copies. So anyway,
Yeah, how much do those go for?
Embari.
This is like $50 now.
No, oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm.
So at least online. And what was I going to say? So
I got mine was VCL.
he just is
What about offline?
I think he's like just love like his style, and I feel like he just always is joking around. Like there's like I showed that record last week, the Lester Bowie, and one of the songs he does is called Banana Whistle. It's a Julius Hempel. Like he has another record called Coon Business. It's just like I feel like I have that one. It's a great record, but I feel like he has a lot of humor in his style if you look for it, and it just is so different because of that, and it's just fun, and it's like out there stuff, but again, like it's done extremely well, and it's a great record. So if you're up for that type of style, like this is definitely one to check out because I think you'll like it for sure. So anyway, so I'm happy to get this one, and he plays with. Let me see who he plays with. He's with Julius Hempel alto and flute, Bakita EJ Carroll on trumpet, Abdul Wadud cello, and Philip Wilson drums. So it's a quartet, and definitely worth checking out. Remember the cover, and keep a lookout. And the last thing, I was just at my local, and this was for $6 in the bins, and they just announced the new ERC reissues. ECM reissues, the Luminescence series. So this is the Keith Jarrett, Jan Garbarek Luminescence album. Mm-hmm. And I was like, for $6, it's clean. It looks like it was like never played because it probably wasn't. And
how's it sound?
Cut, but like I just picked this up and I listened to it. It feels like I felt like the first track. There's almost like a film noir sound to it. Like it almost like puts you in a setting style, like I don't know. And also like when Garbarek is not playing, it's very much like a classical strings feel on the first track, at least. There's just some variety on this, but it's an interesting record, and I think I can appreciate it for like what they're trying to accomplish, and so I think it's cool, but I don't know how much I'm going to revisit it, honestly, but it's I thought it was
awesome. I just heard this last week too.
Next week.
Without joking, if you watched my stream the other day, I had Greg from the Vinyl Rundown. He's very knowledgeable about ECM, and he said some good stuff, but he's not a big fan of Jan Garbarek. So.
Me neither. To me, it sounds like kazoo music.
Oh, wait. Where can you get actual kazoo music? I've been looking.
Oh, I think Jan. So
Yazoo Records. You can.
I can never. I have
Jim
always
Pleskin
tried.
Judge Band.
No, Jarrett.
There's so many great musicians on ECM with Jan Garbarek, so I'm always like, okay, Jack DeJohnette. I got it. Like Keith Jarrett.
Have you heard Esoteric Circle?
Every single time, once Jan Garbarek starts playing, it sounds like alto saxophone through the nose or soprano saxophone through the nose. It sounds like a fucking kazoo.
It's weird.
I can't deal with it.
He composes this. He doesn't play piano on it.
No, but it's like every time Garbarek starts playing, it's like me, 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 me. I can't deal with it. And he's on a bazillion records on ECM.
Hey, Brandon, I can make you
awesome.
Brandon, I can make you a star.
I can't deal with this sound. I can't deal with that sound.
Can I sign you to a record deal? I can make you a star.
Me. And you know what? Do you want to know what I honestly think?
What?
Kenny G sculpted everything off of Jan Garbarek. Kenny G's sound is Garbarek.
Hey, Felipe.
It's pretty much note for note. Kenny, except he made it more pop.
Let's check in with Felipe.
Shit.
Felipe, thoughts on this?
Go for it.
I want to ask Felipe, do you know the records on ECM by Egberto Gismonti?
Egberto Gismonti, yes. He is.
Those are beautiful records.
Yeah,
yes.
They're fucking awesome.
Is Matt
get a
signing
link,
up to Felipe?
Can Michael Poetry come up? Can we get a link?
You're not comparing those to Jan Garbarek, are you?
No, I love those Egberto Gismonti records.
Yeah.
Now, you're about to say I love.
Can I show a few? So I might have to go.
Mazzy, you're about to say I love Jan Garbarek.
Mazzy, you asked me a question, right?
I'm not particularly a fan. I don't hate him like you do, but I don't really care either way. I'm not a fan.
Does anyone play the butt kazoo? Just let me know in the comments below.
All right, hold on, Brandon.
Zach.
Can I
Brandon,
ask
I'm muting you.
Can I ask the question that Mazzy asked me?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, Mazzy, yeah, he's a really good, famous avant-garde, more like in the, very very important musician producer. He played with a lot of people. He has some records with Caetano Veloso included. Yeah, he's very talented. I have some of his stuff from like 60s, 70s from
The
Brazil.
ECM stuff I have in the 70s.
Yes, his ECM stuff is really good too. It's well recorded. He's surrounded by good musicians, so it's no brainer. If you like it, keep in because they're really good.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right, Billy, you're up.
All right. I'll show 10 records, so I'll limit myself because there are a lot of records around me.
And
And
What
Brandon's
kind of records are people showing?
Welcome, Michael.
jazz. It's jazz. It's a jazz show.
Oh,
None of
okay.
your
All right.
classical
All right, let me go. So I might have to
Literally
go.
the jazz bums, Michael.
Okay, 10.
Nice.
How do you do it? I don't have a channel.
That's a good one.
That's
So this is
You're
cool.
great.
This is really
Yeah,
cheap. And
put your whole hand over the cover, please.
this is cheap and this is so good. I mean, you guys mentioned Johnny Little last week because there's like a reissue coming out, but he has a lot of really good records, like the funkier stuff I like in the 70s. But this has Bobby Timmons. You see the lineup. It's you get like a really hot session for like
Yeah, Bobby
low
Timmons,
dollar,
Johnny Griffin. That's a killer.
low
That's a killer
on
group.
Jazzland prices. I'm curious what you guys think of Applause. Have you guys done any research on?
Oh yeah, I have that actual issue.
It sounds amazing.
Well, yeah, but when I started collecting,
Yeah,
I don't know where I fell down where someone was bad mouthing them. But
Yeah.
I only think they put out like 30 records.
So they put out like less, I think, and it's like it's licensed from Blue Note, mastered by Capitol, which is maybe Wally. I don't know. It's not in the Dead Wax.
It would say Wally in the
Okay, so it's mastered
They
by
didn't put out
Capitol. A
very
lot of
many
them.
records, but what do you think? Because they have a really bad reputation.
That's what I thought too. And this, but like I put this on, and in the store it sounded like hot, like clear.
Yeah.
Maybe not like kind of like an OJC. I would say like same era, same kind of like 84, slightly like but like better. Like it, like you put on like maybe like a Park Avenue one, and you can tell there's like a box around it or something. Like this felt good. I don't know.
Right, but
So,
like
Witch Doctor, Inventions and Dimensions,
Yeah.
like you can get those for like $5 or $10.
Yeah, but here's what you could say about them. They were horribly run because they didn't license the artwork for the covers.
Yeah, they licensed
some
those.
sort of diarrhea filtered cover. Yeah.
I think they're kind of funny. They're kind of fun.
That's one of the better. Actually, Billy, that's one of the better ones.
Right.
We can pull up.
I think I had that one.
This OG is like out through the roof, and they didn't press it a lot many years. So this I find to be this is a great grab. It's usually $5. And it's the cover is terrible, but
yeah,
it's like
I love that. No, it's not. She looks pretty hot.
Yes, it is. It's terrible.
Yeah,
that is not
it's
terrible.
It's like a Maybelline catalog.
No, it looks like another like her records from that era. So you get confused. You're like, is this like a 80s Bobby Hunt? Oh no, it's all the great 70s shit, the Mizell Brothers stuff. So if you ever just want like a dose of like jazz funk, like the best, like this has everything on it. Like this
It does
is
look
$5.
like a Maybelline counter.
It looks like they went to the J.C. Penney's photo studio for that cover.
Exactly.
Chicago Dam, Satin Doll, Harlem River Drive.
Good.
I can read.
Yes. Congratulations, you passed your driving test.
I can be a jazz bum now. This record I listened to twice today. And I was kind of shocked because I've been obsessed with John Patton. I think a lot of people are interested in his stuff. But I would consider this almost a Harold Alexander record.
Oh, that album.
And he blows fire on it. It's like at the end of all of Alexander's solos, it goes off the rails into like free jazz zone.
That's a kick-ass record.
Yeah, and it's not like it's really affordable. Like this is a first press or like I think Liberty was the first. Maybe.
I think
Was that
Are you selling it under $500?
$80s?
This is 700, Mazzy. I'm gonna bring it to Austin. It'll be 800.
Okay.
By then.
Hey, but Billy, I have a 90s pressing.
Yeah,
I think sounds good.
That's what that
yeah,
is.
they did like an acid jazz reissue campaign with a lot of that stuff.
But you know what? Here's what's cool about John Patton, the way he plays the organ.
Yeah.
He's not doing it like baseball park style.
No.
Or like bowling alley sexy time.
I think he's not as like he's a little bit funkier than like Larry Young, who I do like, but like
Larry
I do
Young's
like
fine.
that Patton has a little bit more blues or like
But he's
like,
playing he's playing the bass parts, but he's being serious about it. He's not being cute.
Okay. Billy's being a shill here because everyone wants to buy his records behind him. So we just got to acknowledge that.
I'll go through the comments at the end and we'll do it.
Yeah,
Wax, how much do you charge to do? What's your commission for an auction? And how much is your?
I don't know. Mazzy's not giving
what's
me
your
shit
fee
tomorrow,
to be a
but
guest on
hold on 1 second. Coming from a guy who's auctioning off records tomorrow, Mazzy, calm down.
Wait, I didn't know Mazzy was having an auction tomorrow.
You're always selling yourself anyway.
People are asking about this, and I don't feel like looking it up again. To my knowledge, there is no ear, so I think this is a first mono. It plays.
I don't think it had an ear.
What? No, I don't. Can you check? I'm not. I think I'm doing.
Is it $1,000?
You got Woody Shaw on that record.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you know what I like buying? I like buying really cheap versions of this when I find them in dollar bins because this record got so fucked up. Like all of them, you can find them. They're like the most beat up records, but they still sound okay.
Amazingly plays pretty good.
Exactly.
I found one recently.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing like an old
Is that below
prestige
300?
mono beat to shit.
This I listened to today. This is, I think I was confused. I thought it was like an 80s, 90s. It's actually 2012. It was $6 on eBay. It's probably from digital. They did like Epic did a reissue series. No other really good titles. Jazz, I think it's called Epic Jazz Series, but this sounds awesome. And this record is really expensive. An OG of this is really expensive. Really great live recording. Probably one of my favorite live jazz recordings that I have as an OG. Look at the band. You have Rouse, Dave Bailey, obviously, Clark Terry. I can read Harless and Curtis Fuller.
I have an original, but mine's pretty beat up.
Yeah, this is a great in studio, semi-live in studio recording with an audience. I haven't listened to this yet, but what a title!
Oh, Danny Gatton. That's kind of country jazz.
It is redneck jazz. It's called.
That shirt is causing me physical pain.
Danny Gatton.
I got this record this morning, and this is very exciting.
The guy that wears camouflage during the week.
All right, I got three. I got four more. You guys okay with me going? I'm trying to go fast.
Yes.
This is on. This is Japanese. 1968. George Atsuka, who I have a reissue of his called Sea Breeze, which is like a Rhodes style kind of like 70s.
I have some cologne called Sea Breeze.
Yes.
But this record
some shoes called Atsuka.
This is modal. This sounds awesome. They play very adventurous. It has we talked about
UK, that's UK Columbia.
This is a Japanese, but it's Columbia Japanese, and it's actually it's not that expensive. But in terms of like, I almost was like, oh, like but it's a very.
Can you show the label on that? Can you show the label?
Is it Columbia or is it CBS? Because they didn't
Columbia.
Then that's not the same as Columbia in.
Let's see.
That's different.
I guess
that's
US
different
Columbia.
than U.S. Columbia. No, but U.S. Columbia in Japan they called it CBS. So I don't know.
This
I don't
is
know what
Columbia,
that is.
Japan, yeah.
And there's actually a Japanese Columbia, which is not related to American Columbia.
Then it's probably that then, because they didn't use the Columbia name in Japan.
Yeah.
It has a on green Dolphin Street, like a 15-minute version. I Fall in Love Too Easily, which is my favorite standard. Going back to an earlier conversation.
How much does that go for?
Is cashmere on
50, 40 bucks. I mean, I get it now. I feel like it's after we show it here, it's good. No, I mean, with a plane ticket, it's probably like $60, but it's definitely worth it, and it sounds great.
Felipe, you should grab that.
So B, you said 10. Have two more.
I have two more.
No, just
tell me when. Just cut me off.
Now, are you calling him Little or Lytle?
I think it's
I
Lytle.
say Little.
Lighter,
I thought
right?
it was Lytle, but I don't know.
It's actually Lytle.
Yeah.
No.
Shut up.
I think it was Lytle, but everyone called him Little, and he's like, all right, that's fine.
I think it's pronounced Chardet.
Anyway, cool band on this.
Pronounced Dumas.
Some Muse. Send in the Clowns is really great on this. I highly recommend you stream it. John Patton appears again. Also, I think there needs to be an understanding about status. I keep coming across, like, you would think this is like $20, right? On Status. It sounds perfect. Like,
According
here's
to
the thing,
Mike,
here's
status
the
is
thing you
horrible.
need to know, Billy. Do you want to know the thing, Billy?
tell me the secret.
Some of them suck and some of them are awesome.
Yeah, but there's got to be a clue.
Oh,
No, there's no
a clue.
clue.
Yeah, the clue
Hold
is
on.
if you can tell if it's recycled vinyl or
No,
not.
there
which you
is
can
there is
tell.
a clue because the record store owner showed me.
No,
No, not the
Yes.
specs. Not the specs.
Okay,
don't
but
believe
no,
that
there's
shit.
an A when they have the AB in the dead wax.
Oh,
No, that's not, no,
'Cause it's
no.
like-
There's
it's the same
AB.
thing with the Status.
There's AB
the new
pressings that are
jazz.
pressed.
Wasn't that
I'm
an
sorry,
OJC?
Billy. You just got to play them because some of
You do.
them.
I
play 'em
agree
all.
with
I play
that.
'em all.
They
I
were
agree.
awesome.
Wasn't there an
and they sound
OJC
like
of
shit.
that? No.
this
Rob.
Some
sounds
of them are
so
just a
awesome.
second
This
pressing,
sounds,
and they sound great.
I have AB pressings that are pressed on recycled vinyl from like the early '60s, and the
Well, it's-
AB means nothing.
Oh, hold on, but it's only a certain period of time because
There's
Yeah,
no
but-
formula,
it was-
dude.
But it could so it could be
72,
AB. It could have a
72,
fireworks
73
label, and if
was
it's on
the-
that recycled vinyl, it's going to sound bad.
72,
No, but
73 was the
that's what
recycled.
I'm saying.
Well, the thing is, so you
Sound
can
bad.
tell if it's recycled vinyl or not if you look at
yeah, you
the
can
dead
feel
wax.
it. Feels
With
like
what that has the
No,
specs in it.
There are some
Plasticky.
wacky prestiges that look like shit. Like you grab it and you're like,
They
oh
would
my God, this is
recycle.
awful. It's got dimples all over it. And you play it and it sounds perfect.
They wouldn't even remove the labels half the time to recycle stuff in 72. and
So there
73.
are prestiges that
Yeah.
look like they were like burnt or something. They have like dots all over them, and you play it, and you're like, "Oh, this sounds perfect." And then there are prestiges that look perfect that sound like shit, and they have a hiss track where it's like,
That's a good album, Billy.
you have to play them. You have to play them.
Bobby Hutcherson
Yeah.
sounds incredible.
Yeah, that's a
That's-
really good album.
That is the best Barney Kessel on contemporary for like less than $30. It's
If you
Who's
buy
on it?
one record from this stream tonight,
Who's on it?
Bobby,
Yeah.
it's a trio.
Chuck DeMonico, and Elvin Jones ripping.
Yeah,
What?
it's a good album.
I can't believe all these communists that don't like vibes and
All right.
jazz.
And for my finale, I was at a show in
Where did that come from, Ozzy?
But a lot of people don't like vibe. Someone I've been
One
commenting.
I love
person-
vibes. Cal
One
Shader.
person in passing mentions
First,
it, Mazzy Rogers.
Len
Anybody
Winchester,
does
Walt
not
Dickerson.
like the vibes.
I
feel
love
chilled,
vibes, and I
dude.
like
I feel chilled,
Beats
dude.
the
What?
organ.
Mazzy had a drink in his hand. One guy went, "What are you, drunk?" Like a joke, and Mazzy thinks now everyone.
I could go on all night, but this is my last thing. So I was at a show in where was it? I think I ran into Mike. You there once? It was in Wayne. So they had one. They have one every month or whatever. And this guy was just selling these jazz records, and in it, he was like, "There's some 10 inches," and I was like, "Oh, really?" And there's 4 of them, and then this was one of them, and he gave me $5 off, and he gave it to me for 20 or 15. And this thing is this: if you know the LP, it's the black cover one that like really cool drawing. I just found that out from a.
Is that a 10-inch or do you have big hands?
10-inch.
Man, Mazzy.
You know what they say about but this has Donaldson, Durham, and then Matthew G, who I felt was quite a curious name. I don't know. I don't have much information on him. And does anyone know about
Matthew G.
He became an adult film
G-H-E-E. Is it G-H-E-E?
No, just G. That's Gee. G-E-E.
No.
Elmo Hope.
Wasn't there a Gee on Prestige? Doesn't Prestige have like a Mac Gee?
Apparently he has 2 records.
No, but there was a Guy in Fugazi.
There
It
you
might
go.
be that guy, but that was spelled G-U-Y, I think. And then so that was cool. And then another one, he's like, "Yeah, and I'll give you the other 2 for 15." And then that was this
No,
one.
not Howard McGee.
No, how much are these worth, Billy? Did you price?
Oh my God.
I haven't priced them yet, but like the covers, I mean, this cover is actually really good.
They're $50 records.
No, this is like the median on this is like 160.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna pay 160.
I don't know. There's weirdos out there that like 10 inches, right? Who's on? Someone who wants it? I want the 10 inch.
Happy gummies, Brandon.
Blue Note
You know,
spinner,
I have a
Brandon.
bunch of 10 inches. and I
How
hardly
dare
ever play them.
you? and then
I
the
got
last
you,
one,
man.
which is not this one's real fucked up, but this has this is a cool band. It has speaking of vibes, Milt Jackson, Percy Heath, Kenny Clark. So it's basically modern jazz, but Monk's on here too. They do Bag Groove, Swing Spring, The Man I Love, and Bemsha Swing. So this sound and they sound. I mean, the best sounding one is the Lou Donaldson. It sounds like amazing. I mean, it sounds like a 33.
It's clean. If it sounds good, then people will buy it. But
yeah. Usually they're beat to fuck, and you could but the cover, but they all sound decent. That one sounds really good though.
Felipe,
let's go. Let's get offers going.
Hold on, Felipe. Thoughts
on?
Hold on. What are your thoughts on OG Blue Note 10 inches? Because I don't think you collect those, do you?
No, not for now. I don't think I have any Blue Note original 10-inch. No.
Yeah, you have some of the 75th anniversaries, though, right?
Yeah, they're okay. They sound good. No complaints about it. I have like a handful. They're good.
Yeah, Mike,
we make Billy our
spokes
spokesmodel.
All right, so let's get some offers.
Go get them. Go get them. Let's look at them. Can you grab them?
Why?
All right, well, don't. All right, who's up?
What's cute about them is like they've got the Lexington in there. It's so cute.
Why are we streaming, Brandon?
Hey, Billy, in a brand new car.
The new Alante.
Can you
Let's
turn?
take a look at Louis.
Do we have any A's?
I think Louis has like one of the coolest backdrops in like.
Hey, don't. I was just thinking.
He's got the mood lighting down.
What do you got there?
I was just fugazing.
Oh, Fugazi.
Why don't you walk down the street for your suggestion?
Oh,
Herbie Nichols. Herbie Nichols. I have a few 10 inches. Don't you guys think it would be really cool if Mazda did an electric Miata?
Yeah. It would probably it wouldn't work though because it'd probably be too heavy. Like the whole point of the Miata is that it's insanely light.
Do not destroy.
He is correct about that.
So why? What's the weight thing?
Well, I think the Miata. What does the Miata weigh? Like 2,500 pounds or something like that.
It's nothing.
Not even.
Everyone stop. Mazzy's about
you
to
put a giant battery in that thing. That's why they've never
did an electric Miata. It would be so cool. Like
that's why they never put a turbo.
I didn't get the memo about
Doc Severinsen
because you wouldn't be able to drive it if it had a turbo.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't fit.
So, Mazzy, this is a really good one. Can you go over?
This is a beautiful record, and up until a few weeks ago, it was going for $100, $150. But they repressed 1,000 copies. It's $50, Nouvelle, French label, but you can get it in this country. It's just a beautiful ambient. 2 guitar players. That's it. Bill Frisell, you know his style, very vibrato, very kind of just chill, beautiful record. And anyway.
Yeah. We're doing 10 inches, dude.
No.
I don't have any 10 inches here.
10 inches.
I have 10 inches.
Thirds.
Hey, look,
I have 10 inches in my record collection, and they're all
extremely
recommended.
recommended.
Good shit here.
Extremely recommended.
No.
This is
heavy.
old Malay.
That's heavy.
Heavy duty
That's
shit,
cold,
man.
Brandon. Coming out of my 10 inches with that thing, man, that's cold.
Lexington, bitch.
Now, did you acquire that or did your dad acquire that?
Here's another Malay.
So
I
he
love that one.
plays trombone. Malay's a trombone player.
What?
Yeah, I love that.
Lexington, motherfucker.
Oh, when I do
there's no other. They're all Lexington.
Yeah, so it's the real deal, bitch.
What? There's a fake one.
I love that Malay record on the Music Matters Jazz one.
Oh, check this out. Amnesiac.
Mazzy,
too.
is that like still available? I think we got to get that.
OG
I don't know.
Amnesiac.
A lot
Which
of
one?
people didn't jump on that record, but it's.
I know
good.
I think it's still available.
It's still available. It's one of the cheapest ones.
Amnesiac?
No.
Yeah, it's so good.
I don't know. The only one I really
if you don't have it,
is
if you don't have it, grab it. It's great.
Guys, grab it. Let's sell it out right now.
Sleep now and cry later.
Sleep now or cry later.
Here's a good one. This record rocks.
Is that Jimmy Smith?
No, it's Tal Farlow, dude.
Tal's a ripper.
You know, when I do that, people
just lick it while you're at it.
Oh my God!
I didn't even know he was on Blue Note.
Your hands are on your vinyl. People like.
Isn't he a West Coast guy?
Mazzy.
I don't care.
Mazzy, one
I mean, if you guys
person
if you guys
said that to you.
want finger oils on your records, that's your right.
People's
That's your
head
goddamn right.
explode when I
It's a mono.
drop a
Oil
record.
doesn't affect a mono.
Where's this fictitious place where the exploding?
When
I don't know.
drop a
It may
record
not.
on
It
the
may not
floor.
affect. It may not affect the sound just because it's a mono cart, but it can. Like the thing with oils, the danger is always that like when the oils, when you run a stylus over oils, especially like human oils, they will gunk up on the stylus and then they'll harden on the stylus.
Did you learn this in boot camp, Michael?
No, actually, Michael Fremer taught me that.
Speaking
Oh,
of
well.
human oils,
La-di-da.
La-di-da.
I got busted for someone mentioning his name, and I said la-di-da after.
Does anyone want a Diet Coke?
Busted. It's just a joke. It's just a joke.
Thank you. Do you have some lemon?
Can you
Can I have some lemon?
Can you serve some with human oil?
You're on, Louis.
How many DCs we talking per day?
You know, I'm not at liberty to say.
Okay, fair enough.
Did you guys hear about Charles Barkley drinks like 50 of them a day and he's really trying to stop?
50 what? Diet
50
Coke?
what? 50
Did
what?
the
a day?
Yeah,
The dude lost a lot of weight recently, so I don't know.
I would love to not drink as much.
Did
soda
you hear
anymore.
that
And
Donald
I really
Trump has
don't.
to pay $83.3 million? Bitch.
Yeah, that was funny as shit.
That's pocket change for him.
Yeah,
I mean-
I know, but the dude's still a douche.
Okay. All right. So what else did you get this week, Mazzy?
Did I get?
Gonna show not jazz.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not
I got
that. I
another
don't show
Beatles
non-jazz.
box set.
I got a solo record, a solo piano record recorded during the pandemic by Philip Glass, which is lovely. Philip Glass solo piano, recorded in his house on the piano he writes with.
Is that on Nunsuch?
No, it's not.
Is it a glass piano?
I just got an email from Nonsuch today. I think they're going to have some anniversary thing going on.
Yeah, Mike, we're doing classical bumps on Tuesday, right?
Let's see.
You're muted. You're muted, bro.
Who?
Mike.
Mike is muted.
I do have a classical record.
He's self-conscious.
He records some stuff he did on his solo piano record. He records some stuff he did on obviously records in the 80s. Beautiful solo piano at home. Occasionally hears something through the window, the New York streets, but not much. Recorded in his house. Pandemic. Of course, every other person probably got this, maybe, but you know.
No.
How is it?
And it's great. It's kind of almost neoclassical-ish a little bit. And it's got the Radiohead feel. But
What's that?
and this is
cool.
This is great. I pick up almost everything by Alifaka Touré. Desert.
What's your
Sandy
language?
No, but this is obviously on
What's the
World
label that
Circuit.
put that out? Who
World
put that out?
Circuit. World Circuit is not Jeff Gold's label. They reissued the Buena Vista Club and all the Cuban stuff and Alifaka Touré, his son's records.
I think it was RSD like last year.
Yeah. Anyway, this is. I mean, I just like anything he does. Or
Notes and Tones has shown that here. That's
I love. I have maybe 6 CDs of his and about 4 LPs.
Yeah. So, Maz, if you're into Africa, they like analog Africa, this kind of stuff.
Kind
This is a
of.
record that you should definitely try.
Do you guys know this? Sorry to interrupt.
Thank you.
is that the Savoy stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
This is a
that's
Savoy and it sounds incredible. It's like the
I have
it's
I don't
like
have
a
that one, but I have those.
$25
I have all those
Excuse me,
reissues.
you just interrupted
Or-
the original jazz
Or in
bump.
Manhattan, it's probably
That's okay, Maz.
I'm going to stick up. No. I'm going to stick up for Felipe
I have no admin control over my own
because the
channel.
other jazz bums aren't sticking
don't.
up for you right in the moment. So
I know
I'll go.
this from overseas, Maz, so nobody's going to give a fuck except for you, maybe. So this is a really good record, right? Because only America and UK is good. Do you have
that
this one?
record's so good.
This is from Mali. So Mali had a really nice recording studio set up from Europe. The recordings in Mali are really high quality. An OG of this thing goes like $4,000. This is a reissue from 2011.
Yeah, some of that African jazz goes for crazy money.
This record is really good. Great guitar solos, bass, rhythm, organ. It's a really good record. Classic. Everybody should try this one.
Okay.
You've got mail.
Yeah.
Well, I won't
Brazil
show any.
has two really good players, and I need to talk to Felipe about it because there's Endrick and there's Roque, and they're both incredible. So who you gonna vote for? Felipe.
What's that?
Endrick versus Vitor Roque.
Vitor Hockey. Endrick is a phenomenon, man. When he gets to Madrid and start playing with Vini, those guys are gonna beat everyone. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it's kind of inevitable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Oh, yeah.
for me.
I'm going to step in here and now point it over to Michael because no one else is like sticking for these.
Thank you, Mazzy.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'm not going to show classical because that's for Tuesday. But I got a bunch of these rhinos in recently. I got the new Doobie Brothers one. I got the television. I bought into the hype.
Have you listened to it? Have you listened to the television?
I don't have a turntable here for another week.
So you're one of those kids that buys records but don't have record players.
Yeah. Well, actually, next month I'm supposed to. Once I get my stuff set up, I'm supposed to review one of the Michel Giro decks. Or people call them gyro decks or Giro decks. I don't know.
Oh, Michael. Also, I bought some Kefs. I got the LS50 metas.
Oh, awesome! Nice. Yeah, that's a. I think that will do well in a room your size.
Yeah, so they should be next. Hopefully, I'll have something more to report next week.
Hey, cool. Mazzy, do you guys remember like the scene in Escape from New York where he like puts the cassette up to his ear?
No.
Oh, was it?
I've never seen that movie.
The punk rock dude puts the cassette up
it's
to
a good
his
movie. It's John
like he's
Carpenter
gonna listen
film.
to it.
Yeah, John Carpenter. Yeah, it's worth seeing.
I don't remember that.
It's totally dated, and it's totally. Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, I have that.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah, the re-recording.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of mad at them for doing it.
Is it decent? I mean, I heard some good things about it, which is why I picked it up. Also, it was super cheap.
Well, it's good and it's thrice, but
is that a Scorpio?
It sort of broke my heart because I don't know, like there's a nostalgia element to
only
it.
certain people can
The
deliver
original.
I mean, the original Artist in the Ambulance. I was lucky enough, and I didn't even know what I was doing at the time. I ended up buying that. There's a Kevin Gray cut of that album. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
All right, get a room, guys.
So have you?
Every record doesn't he make every
you
record
in Seattle
sort
with
of,
us, Michael?
like what is it against the artist's intention? Now that's the new thing that. You know.
Yeah, Louis. So Shop Radiocast, which is a like an online. They do exclusive pressings of a lot of like pop punk 90s and 2000s records, and they did a pressing of Artist in the Ambulance and Vihishu, and they got Kevin Gray to cut it.
That's pretty cool. I need that. Yeah, is yours clear? Your revisited?
I haven't opened it yet because I don't have my stuff here yet.
Right on. I actually do a thrice song. I perform a thrice song.
Oh, really? What's is Artist in the Ambulance your favorite album, or do you? I've always been partial to Illusion of Safety. Yeah, there we go.
Yes,
that's a beautiful album.
Yeah.
Someone. There's one person on these live streams that gets me.
Yeah.
What else?
I do like Artist better slightly, but they're both great.
I mean, Artist is probably a little more approachable, but like Illusion of Safety is just Illusion of Safety. Like if I'm having a good day and it's nice out, and I'm driving with the windows down, like blasting Illusion of Safety. Like there's not a better way to spend an afternoon.
I'm gonna play these. Thanks for bringing that up.
I finally got this new reissue of the Tatsuro Yamashita's Greatest Hits. I don't know why I hadn't. I think I had put in an order for it like last year and it never shipped, and so I got a new copy. This is another one Louis is probably going to know. I finally got reissues of some records from These Arms Are Snakes. I got Easter. Do you know this band, Louis?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is for anyone that doesn't know. Has anyone else here ever listened to like Botch? Well, this is the guitar. This is the guitarist from Botch. And then I also got the reissue of Auctioneers. their debut album. Someone at Seattle Pacific Audio Fest last year was selling some pressing of this in the bin for like $150, and I don't understand what, because I couldn't discern any difference in any of the cuttings looking on Discogs. What else do I have here? I have Sleep Token, Take Me Back to Eden. I finally bought into the hype on Sleep Token. I think they're pretty good. Yeah, it's I was listening to this in the car a lot this week, and I think this is really they're really good. Have you listened to them before?
Uh-uh.
Their niche is that they combine progressive metal and like gent with like kind of like radio pop sensibilities. But I think they do it in a good enough and creative way that it works. That it's like one of those things where it's like I think it's one of those albums that's going to pull a lot of pop listeners to metal, which is kind of cool.
Like Ghost, kind of in a different way.
Yeah, they're a little heavy. I would say they're heavier than Ghost.
Sure.
They do the mask gimmick though, just like Ghost.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, no, these guys are a little more like a little more in the periphery and that type of direction rather than the Blue Oyster Cult direction like Ghost are.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why I never owned a copy of this, but I finally got a copy of this. Say Anything Is a Real Boy. I think I had this CD at some point when I was a kid. I never bought it on vinyl for some reason.
Come here, Dex.
So, Michael, are these just your new pickups over the past couple weeks or so?
Yeah.
Are any of those promos? Or are you shelling out the cash?
No, I'm buying records.
Over here.
Cool.
I'm supposed to review. I think Analog Planet, Tracking Angle has me doing the next batch of Original Source records. I did buy the. I did buy the Steinberg box from Amazon Japan. That's on its way. But I couldn't track down the others.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm talking about classical again. I should not talk about classical. Let's save it for Tuesday.
This is America. For now, you can talk about whatever you want.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
For another less than a year.
All right, guys.
I had a classical record,
until China reaches their centennial, 2045 military buildup goals, and then we're all fucked.
Oh, wonderful. So I do need to run, and Chris is not here. Felipe does not have controls, so I'm going to have to wind this down in the next few minutes. But I did want to. We didn't get a chance to talk about it, but ECM announced their, and we're not going to be able to do a deep dive right now. But like, any thoughts on the ECM reissues? Like they're doing the Benny Maupin. That's a big title. Any other ones that look really good, Rob, or anyone else?
All the other ones that are really good, you can easily find, like you did, in really good condition. But the John Abercrombie's one to get. I'm trying to remember all of them. I get pull it up really quick. One of the ECMs that's worth a lot of money, and Billy, I don't know how many times you see it.
Yeah,
is the Benny Maupin.
Oh man,
on the Lotus.
I was at a show, the show I was at, and the guy next to me pulled it from the box I was about to look at. Got a copy of it for $30. It was the German press too, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's like $110 record." Right. But yeah, I see it. I have a few of them. I sell it, but it's like an $80 US record and $120 German.
In 2 weeks from tonight, he's performing it live here in LA.
I saw you post that. Is that happening all over, or is that just in LA? Do you know?
I don't know, but I'm guessing.
For New Yorkers, I'm sure we should get that too.
I forget his YouTube
He's
name.
an LA guy.
Yeah, but he said he saw him do it, I guess, a few years ago. It says one of the most amazing things he's seen.
That record is so good.
Here's what I'm hoping. Because Herbie's on a tour, but I think he's in between. Maybe he's back here in LA.
Yeah.
Maybe he comes out and plays it with him. That would be awesome.
That makes sense.
I've tried to pull up this Luminescent series announcement multiple times, and their website is you think that would be the first thing they'd have. I can't even find where the new press release is.
It's right on the first front page.
It sucks ass, yeah.
Right when you turn on the front page.
It's not. Or is this it? Let me see if this is it. No,
Mine
it's
doesn't
not.
do that.
Here, I'm going to give
No,
you the link.
whatever. So
Hold on, I'll give
fix
you
your
the link in the
pages,
private
Tim.
chat.
Yeah.
Mike, here's the link. Private
Okay,
chat.
thank you. Thank you. So I do want to just pull it up really quick. Thank you. Okay. Excellent. Okay. So here we go. It's starting off with a couple Keith Jarrett, Jan Garbarek, and then this Azimuth, which I'm not sure who's all on
It's
that.
the Gazoo Jazz.
Azimuth
Okay.
is Brazilian.
And this one too.
Yeah.
So they're
No,
doing
it's
the
not
first three. They're doing
the same
this,
one.
which is what is
Yeah.
this?
That's expensive
Something-
record. That's like an $80 record.
Africa
Pepperbird. Yeah,
Africa
that's an
Pepperbird.
incredible record.
So this
Well,
is being
doesn't-
reissued.
But didn't
Yeah.
we come to the conclusion that Ian
No,
Garbarek?
they're just showing it for size comparison. Yes.
What's that, Felipe?
On the
Didn't we
page.
just come to the conclusion that Ian Garbarek kind of sucks?
No,
Fair
that
enough.
record is so good. You guys should stream that record.
Brandon, have you heard that record?
No, and I really want to like Jan Garbarek, but
Brandon, listen to that record right now. If you're peaking right now, it's perfect timing.
Hold on.
it still sounds like a fucking kazoo to me.
All right, hold on. So now, so those are the first
Nice,
three, and then they're
Billy.
doing.
I'm
Okay.
peeking on my
This
I'm
website
peeking
is
on my
designed
COVID
like
booster. I feel like shit.
Oh yeah.
You know,
oh
okay.
god.
So I can't.
That one's
I,
kind
so
of
they're doing
expensive
Azimuth.
too.
I don't know what these are. I know Ben.
Hold on.
Gateway's great. Gateway's
Okay,
great.
let me help you out there. Scroll down to the third one from the left.
Hold on.
That's
Hold
not.
on.
It's not a
Hold
very.
on.
Mazzy, I'm going to put my foot up your ass. I could do it from here. So
That record's really good. That
yeah,
Pat
that's
Metheny.
a good. I'm not a big Pat Metheny guy. That has Jaco on it, and that's a $40
That record's really good.
That's a $40 record ish. 30.
It's hard to
40.
find.
Okay.
Who's from opera?
So how many? So is anybody definitely getting any of these?
Yeah, I'm 4 of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Actually,
No.
there's one on there. There's one on there that I'm looking forward to. I don't have.
You guys take this
Michael,
shit too
are you an
serious.
ECM fan? Because they do kind of do neoclassical stuff, right?
Billy,
Okay,
you
I don't
back up.
understand what anyone means.
You're
I
doing-
don't
you're doing
understand
a
what
new
anyone
band.
means
Back
when they
up a
say
little bit.
neoclassical anymore.
Oh, dude, if it was the Beatles or a Grateful Dead shit, you'd be all
Yeah.
over it.
So
I mean, I should
come on,
stream
man.
and check them out.
yeah.
It's just not music I'm familiar with.
Well, you know what it is? When I was listening to Luminescence, it sounded like they had a string section that was playing with,
It's
to
the
me,
clo-
like
you would
my
like ECM,
my
Michael.
simpleton brain was like, well, this
Probably.
sounds like it sounds like classical. And then you have Jan Garbarek over the top, which clearly doesn't sound like that. It's like they meshed the two. I don't
Okay.
know. But yeah,
Found a Japanese Dead album today.
okay.
It's okay. Like I make fun
It's
of
from-
the great. I make fun
it's
of the
from
Grateful Dead.
71.
I make fun of Jan
Beautiful.
Garbarek, and obviously I'm wrong because everybody loves them.
I mean, you can't compare John Garbarek with the
Oh,
Grateful
come on.
Dead. Come
First
on.
of
Yes, I
all,
can.
I feel like
They're
ECM gets so
It's
much
like
heat. Like
exactly the same.
ECM
That's
is not
on
a
Mike.
You know, I mean,
Classical jazz one, Mike.
It's
Classical.
exactly the same thing. It's
I feel like
elevator
ECM
music.
gets a lot of
Dead is an
criticism.
institution.
Yeah, but
you
it
know.
still
I know that
sounds
people
like
that-
Rob, that is that a
Elevator
UK
music.
pressing or did you
It's
give
a
him
19,
left?
it's a 1979 U.S. London pressing.
Oh, it's a US. Why did you buy that?
I showed you the record in a text.
You didn't show me the label.
It was
Dumbass.
free. It was $3, dude.
Oh,
Show me
okay.
the cover.
That's
What's the
probably
cover?
going to sound pretty bad. I mean, the performance is good, and he left a shaded dog Rubenstein there.
No,
What do
because
you
I
think?
have
Who do you think
Love
interpret? Who do you think has the best
Yeah.
interpretation of the planet, Michael?
Rising tide.
I don't know about the best. I mean, there's
I
a lot
think-
of good
Who's
I
your
ones.
think
favorite?
somebody needs to talk Brandon down now.
Seriously.
I really like the. I mean, I like the.
How
Zubanete.
dare you?
Brandon, it's time to call in the chickens. Come on.
I
come on.
actually that's a recording. That's a piece
Grateful
that I
Dead.
really like. I really like
The
the Carrion recording with Vienna.
Hey, Brandon, we're having Jan Grobrak given for dinner tonight. Come on in.
So why is the planet such a great piece, Michael?
Planet. We
Why
played the
is it
planets
such a
in
great piece?
for a show.
I don't
I'm just
know.
kidding.
Come,
But we should get into
Here,
that type of stuff.
Jan
I'm playing
Garbarek's
some holes next
horn
week. We're doing the first suite in E
playing
flat,
to the tide.
and then
Is
actually
anybody excited about the
Found
new
out.
Billy Joel
We
single?
need some
Oh,
Jan
no.
Garbarek.
All right, guys, look, listen, I'm shutting the stream down. Michael, we're gonna pick this up. We're gonna have good classical
Roberto, I
conversation.
wish we put out a classical box.
Who's coming? Who's coming besides you, me, and Greg on Tuesday?
I don't know. I think there's.
I'm trying to. I think Mark.
Felipe,
cool.
you're joining us.
I think Mark Ward can maybe come.
Felipe, can you hear me?
What's happening Tuesday?
Yes, I think
classical bugs.
Private meeting.
We're gonna do a classical.
We're planning an intervention with you, Mazzy.
What time is that? I want to watch it.
Isn't it 5:30 Pacific?
We'll figure it out.
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
Greg told me 5:30 Pacific.
Yeah.
Well,
The Wax usually does a stream around that
we
time.
don't even have a graphic yet. I gotta make all this stuff.
The Wax usually streams on Tuesdays, guys.
How about classical cats? No, that's not good.
Oh, CC.
I wasn't even asking you to solid.
Okay.
Look,
Classical
everybody, just like the Jazz Bums. If you want to join, shout out for a link, and you can come up if you want to talk. That's totally cool.
Yeah, all three of you in the peanut gallery, come on over.
So, all right, I'm going to shut it down, and I'm deleting the stream so nobody can ever point to it as evidence.
See you in Austin, Billy.
Brandon will thank me later.
How dare you? How dare you?
Louis,
You
see you in Austin.
Wait.
No,
Mike,
I'm just
How
kidding.
dare
leave-
you?
I'm kidding.
Mike, before we leave, you hear that? Can you hear that, Mike?
What's that?
It's the sound of people clamoring for your classical stream.
Hey, it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Hey, Rob,
You
what
know,
does Luke Pearson think about classical bumps?
Just like this stream, you could take any subject of music. There's interesting aspect. I mean, classical. So anyway, it should be pretty good. I think. I mean,
I think you should name
Felipe
it
and I
after
think are going to be the question askers. I think we're interested in certain things. We don't know a lot about it, so it should be pretty good. I'm pretty excited.
What are the top 10 Arthur Fiedler Boston Pops releases?
Oh God!
We
bury Mazzy next to Lord?
I'm a fan.
One last thing, just one last thought. I feel like some of my favorite things we've done for the channel get the least amount of views, and some of the things that are just like we're showing records that everybody has gets the most views, and it's like obvious like that's the case, but it just sometimes it's a little frustrating that like I don't know, like our interviews with musicians are so incredibly insightful, and it seems like people just don't click on them, and it's like frustrating because I feel like there's so much to be like. I learned so much from those streams. It's just frustrating.
Mike, don't feel it. Every time I interview people, they get the fewest things. Don't even go there.
Yeah.
But I'd like to do once you get going. Michael knows this. Michael pulled. We have like 4 or 5 boxes of Dizzy Collection classical records still in my garage. So there's some decent stuff there.
Have you auctioned any of those?
He turned his.
I know, no.
He turned
but
his
if you ever
fatherly advice to you, Mike, into a commercial.
Whatever. No, well, hold on. So I really am shutting this down because I need to leave.
Million.
So hold on. So if anybody wants to plug anything, Mazzy, when's your auction?
Well, it's not classical, but tomorrow 1:00 Pacific.
And it's going to be all different genres.
Just different thing. Nothing super rare. Just some kind of generic.
And do you have friends coming over to help with it?
Kimbo's coming over. Dave is sick. Rob will be online.
Cool.
If he shows
that
up.
Sounds fun.
No
Go check that out. Billy, what's going on at the shop?
Open every Thursday, 6 to 10. Cheap wine and chess. Mention Jazz Bums, you get 10% off at least.
Bam. Billy's record salon.
And then 10 open
Military
up,
discount?
and then 12 to 6 the rest of the weekend. And then just DM me on Instagram if you want to hang out or buy any records and come visit us in Austin. We'll be at booth number 6.
Just slide into his DMs.
Are you doing a booth?
Slide right in there.
No.
Rob, anything going on in the channel this upcoming week?
Well, I was
I
don't
think so.
I was planning to do a live stream on Tuesday, but I guess that's shot.
You can come hang out.
And then, Brandon, any plans for the weekend?
I don't have anything. I don't have a thing. Like the thing is, I don't have a thing. Like
You're coming down fast.
Wait, hold on. You post to Instagram, so you post pictures of music.
Oh, okay.
Louis?
Yeah, I got nothing.
What's going on? Hold on. What's going on with Louis?
It's practicing.
I can't wait to meet you, Louis. Seriously, I'm serious about that.
Yeah, we'll arm wrestle.
Oh, you guys are going to Austin, right?
I
Hey,
did get a new guitar though. It's
Billy
really
and Kimball and
awesome.
Wax and I are going.
I also got a new
Airbnb.
guitar.
And
I got an AVR
Felipe,
Strat.
Chris, and I,
fucking
we have an
love it.
interview. We have an
It's
interview
a
lined up for
2000
tomorrow. With,
AVR I Strat.
Nice.
It's fucking
Mute him.
awesome.
All right.
You can
Best
mute him, Mike.
Strat I've ever played.
all right.
It's so awesome.
Okay. All right, guys. We will. I'll see you guys next week.
Oh, that's Chris.
Have a good weekend.
Don't
Chris is
turn
wait.
around
Chris, do you want to keep this going?
I don't care.
All right. Well, I'm leaving. Chris, do you want to keep it going?
I'm leaving too.
All right. I'll see you guys, but stay on. Chris is going to keep going.
Yes.
All right. Later, guys.
Oh, Chris has to deal with
Brandon, go get your guitar. I want to see it.
Where did fucking everybody else go? Felipe left too, not just me.
Yeah. What's going on, Chris? How you doing?
Sorry, I had to get a sandwich. I'm doing good. How are you?
I feel like shit because I got my COVID booster yesterday, and so now I'm in that 24 hours of
The baby COVIDs.
I need to do that.
Yeah. Well, I fucking got COVID during basic, and it sucked so hard.
Oh my god, I got COVID. I don't fucking remember. It was the worst thing.
I haven't had it since 2022. I don't think I got it twice. I got the
what
was the big
new
strain where
special
everyone,
one.
the big strain that wasn't that bad, where everyone got it, like in 2021, like after the booster, after the vaccines came out.
Whereas I think that was what, Omicron.
Yeah, Omicron. Yeah, I got that. Everybody got that though, but I already had the booster, so it wasn't that bad. But then I got it in 22, and it was pretty rough for 3 or 4 days.
Well, the problem was when I got it in basic. So like every single person in my dorm, basically, like, because they stopped vaccinating.
Who's
for
asking
COVID
me about
in
this guitar? This guitar is
military.
awesome.
Yeah.
Basically everyone would get COVID. And so there was a week, like second or third week, where every single person in our dorm got COVID. And, they're all 18, 19, 20. I'm 31. That shit hit a little different.
Dude, try me a river. I'm fucking 4. I just turned 48 yesterday, but yes.
Yeah. But we weren't allowed, because you're not allowed to take any medication, even if it's over the counter, unless you get it prescribed. So unless you go to the doctor and get an ibuprofen prescription and submit yourself to isolation and possibly getting held back a week, you can't. So like I had to deal with COVID with no ibuprofen. It was a bitch.
That's just stupid.
Yeah.
Brandon, is that relicked or worn?
I relicked it myself.
Why would you do that?
I fucked it up.
Did you build it?
It's a long story.
Okay.
Give us the 45-second version.
So when I bought it, it had stickers on it, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, you just use warm water to get rid of the." And then the stickers didn't go away, so I basically turned it into this.
Yeah.
Cool.
What year is it?
It's like a 2000, but it's based on a 61.
Let me see the headstock. Can I see the headstock?
It's awesome, dude. This is the best.
Oh yeah, that's Mexican.
No, it's not. This
is
not Mexican shit.
It's Chinese, bro.
Mexican in those years are better than the Americans.
No, this is a slab board. It's fucking awesome.
Let me see the back of the headstock.
So good, fucking good. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter because I've played guitars that suck, that don't suck, but this guitar is awesome. I've
played guitars that suck and don't suck too, but I suck on all guitars regardless of the quality of the guitar.
So this is a 2000 American Vintage reissue that I fucked up as much as I could, and it's awesome.
Play Stairway to Heaven. That's not allowed.
Oh, fuck.
What did I miss? I was gone for like an hour. Anything good?
I'll sum it up. You missed Mazzy and Waxed talking over each other and everyone else constantly.
It's a 2017 Marigo 901A.
What the fuck
owned by the government.
What have you got? Is that
it's an oboe.
No, it's I was like, Jesus Christ! It's like Geiger parts.
It's our Geiger.
It's a government oboe. It's a government issued oboe. I'm not even joking.
Nice.
Can you play it right now? Can you like clunk it?
No, it's 9 p.m. and I feel like shit. And I don't want to piss off my neighbor because my downstairs neighbor is a lieutenant. So
Oh shit.
It's kind of funny because, like, you know, when I think about the oboe, I always think about like Peter and the Wolf.
Oh yeah, the duck.
Now think of the Australian Jazz Quartet.
But don't you guys ever think about Peter and the Wolf and all the instruments that are like?
I mean, Peter and the Wolf is like a kid's like presentation to explain like how instruments can be used for like thematic painting or like thematic storytelling.
Yeah, that's great.
It's pretty awesome.
What about the Jimmy Smith Peter and the Wolf?
Why do you think it's lame? For some reason, I think it's awesome.
I don't think it's lame. I think it's cool.
Yeah,
but like I always think of like if I think about instruments, I always go back to Peter and the Wolf, and that's like the demonstration of the timbre of what an instrument is. And I'm always like, oh, the oboe. Like nobody ever goes like, hey, dude, check out it. I'm playing some oboe this weekend. It's like you think about oboe, you're like, oh yeah, it's the oboe from Peter and the Wolf, right?
Or Swan Lake. Swan Lake is like the big one I think most people recognize.
I guess so.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. Do you any records to show, or should I just not have rejoined? Was it a mistake to keep this going?
I already showed all the records I have.
No,
I went bourbon
online.
hunting. Is anyone here into bourbon?
I was until I quit drinking.
Well, this is the killer record that
the only thing the government lets me do.
Yeah.
Can y'all do weed in legal states or no?
No.
No.
No, fuck no.
In the Air Force? No.
Nope. It's federal law. Federal worker.
Seems fair, I guess.
Yep. Randomly drug tested.
Oh, really?
Yep. Fun stuff. But anyway, I can still buy bourbon.
That's good.
I took sleep drugs, so I'm gonna go.
Are you?
Yeah.
This is a really good
record. All right. Have a good night, Louis.
Bye, guys.
Hey, buddy.
This is a really good record.
Bob James again?
But it doesn't sound anything like what
I'm thinking.
Sound is.
He's still making records, man.
Huh?
He's still making
You guys ever
records.
had this?
I don't know. Look at it.
This is Jack Daniel's barrel proof single barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember those days.
No, this is fucking delicious. This is
I know it's fucking
130 proof.
Chug it.
No, I'm not drinking tonight because I'm a sick boy. But I haven't tried this yet, but this is supposed to be really good. Have you ever had this? It's Blue Note whiskey.
Oh, that's
Blue Note juke joint.
I've never seen that.
It's a I think this is unchill filtered. Yeah, unchill filtered barrel proof bourbon. It gets good reviews. I haven't tried it yet though.
It's a cool label, for sure.
Yeah.
It's actually quite sexy and beautiful.
Yeah.
And I also I should show this. I haven't tried it yet, but I had actually that's not true. I had it in a bar once. This is some scotch I picked up. This is Craig Alecky 13. Has anyone had this?
I feel like I had that in a past life, like 6 years ago, maybe.
This is a weird tasting scotch. It's like it doesn't taste like a normal space side single malt. But they had this at the military surplus store.
So do you get deals on booze?
No, but I can if I go to store on base, I don't have to pay tax.
Oh, that's cool.
And my favorites. Where is it?
Made by Don Was. Is that made up, Roberto?
I don't believe. Yeah, he's making it
made up.
Like
with a link.
Blue Notes.
This is my favorite rye in the world. Willet 4-year rye. This makes the most bitchin' Manhattan you've ever had in your life.
My wife would love it.
That's all I got.
That's cool.
All right, you guys.
I'm about to quit.
It was awesome. I got to go home. All right. I am.
You are home. Yeah.
Aren't you home already?
You got to go a few feet to your bed, probably.
No, my dogs are being lame.
Your dog's barking. All right. Have a good
They're
night.
not really barking. They're just being sensitive.
Sensitive dogs. See you, man.
That's what's happens when you have cattle dogs.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. I guess I'm by myself now. Hi, everyone. All 102 of you. I'm going to take off too, I guess. Y'all have a good weekend. Bye.